Hello and welcome to the United Stand. For a moment yesterday we thought that this may not happen, that the snow would come, as it has in the Midlands, and destroy the derby. It's going ahead. It's going ahead in 63 minutes. Our season will be defined in 3 hours time. Our season will be defined when this game is over at 6:30. But massive game for us. We're going to have to do it without Pogba. I hope and pray that every United fan who's travelled to the game all around the world, all around the UK, has made it there and made it there safely, because we need that. Home support for me is massive. It's passion against Pep. That's what it is. It's passion versus Pep today. Pep isn't a passion man. He's a tiki-taka technical merchant, and we need the passion of a derby today. I've got my eye on another derby at the moment, and how Liverpool are not battering Everton, I do not know, but that's by the by. Chelsea dropped points yesterday, losing. Arsenal dropped points today. So, you know, we don't want to be dropping points today. We don't want to be dropping points today at all. We need to win, and if we do win, we're in good place. Rooney Sith Master says he's at Old Trafford and it's pelting it down with snow at the moment, and it is snowing in Manchester. I don't think that's the problem. I don't think snow was ever going to be the problem. Once people are at the ground, that's fine. The game is never going to get cancelled when everybody's in the ground. It was always about what the health and safety concerns were around the ground. It's not been cancelled. It will go ahead, and we're awaiting the team news, which is 2 minutes away. Feeling nervous now, says Lewis. Yeah, as was tweeted earlier off the United Stand account. My backside's going like twitching like a rabbit's nose at the moment. Excitement, nervousness. Look, if you're not nervous about the Manchester derby, then there's something wrong with you. If you don't accept that Manchester City could win this game, then there's something wrong with you. They're 8 points clear of the top, but I choose to believe that Manchester United can do this, and I hope that, you know, the fact that it's chucking it down with snow plays into our hands. Cauldron atmosphere, chucking it down with snow, scare people like Silver and everyone like that. And I have got the United uniform on today. I always wear this for Watchalongs. I've worn it for the last 2 years now. So yeah, team news is about to come in. Got a few guests on with us today. Ross will be on. I think Alex is going to pop on as well. We've not had him on for a while. Could be a good omen or a bad one. Marcus will obviously be involved as well. Team news. I purposely haven't tweeted anything about team news today, because I'm going to wait for the official team news and we will react to that team news. Of course we will, with honesty, and I choose today to just go with whatever Jose Mourinho thinks is right. My trust is in Mourinho today, and that's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm going to go with this. I don't think today is the plan. To panic. It's not a panic. I'm not going to panic with the reaction to the team news. It really is about United and Mourinho's game plan today. We're very close to 157,000 subscribers, by the way. Let's smash that, and we need 3,000 likes before the game, because that's what we had when we played Arsenal last week. We got, well, I wasn't here, but 3,000 likes is what Ross and Marcus got, and we won a game that many people thought we wouldn't win. So smash that like button. We need 3,000. Any little bit of superstition will do. And the team news is in, and here we go. There's a bit of a festive feel to it as well. I'm happy with that team. I tell you what, it's the great thing about this team is it's the leak team. No Fellaini, that is a blow for Manchester United, but this team is going to make you get very excited. And to me, I think it's a little bit too attacking. So De Gea in goal, Valencia, Smalling, Rojo, Young. Back four, definitely a back four. We're not playing 3-5-2. Matic and Herrera, you'd think they would sit. Rashford, Lingard, Martial, Lukaku. In a game of this magnitude at Old Trafford, we're going attacking. The bench consists of Romero, Lindelof, Jones, Shaw, McTominay, Mata, Ibrahimovic. That is exciting. What a team to go with. What a team to go with. Tommy Tiptoes has made a contribution. Thank you for that. Remember, if you want a definite readout, just give us a super chat. He says we better win because I've got the flu. We better win anyway. But that team is very, very exciting. Ross, can you hear me?
How you doing, Mark? You alright?
I'm good. I'm pleasantly surprised by that team news. If I'm totally honest with you, Rashford, Lukaku, Martial, and Lingard starting. I personally think that the way to hurt them was to pack the midfield. But with no Fellaini there, I suspect that's probably why he's thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to go for it a bit, because I'd like to see a midfield three of Herrera, Matic and somebody else, but who is that somebody else? That's the problem. With no Fellaini, no Carrick, no Pogba, I think his arm's been twisted a little bit.
Mate, I think if anyone has predicted that team lineup before the game, you're a better man than me, because that is it's shockingly good, but it's still shocking. I never thought he would do that. When you lose Fellaini and you can't pack the midfield, I think 3 at the back is the obvious solution to that. But he's gone 4 at the back. I mean, with Valencia and Young, you could argue that we're playing 2 defenders in this game. The rest is an attacking team. Maybe it's an absolute up yours to the media, because you can't say we're parking the bus there. We have gone all-out attack, and wow, this is going to set up a different derby to one that I wasn't expecting, but an exciting one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to sort of listen to that, and I think everybody will feel that as well. And I think, you know, as we build towards this massive, massive derby, and it's a massive day for Manchester United. And as I said last night, because of all the snow and that, I really didn't think it was going to happen. So it sort of turned the tap off for a couple of days, for 24 hours. It's back on now, and it's upon us now very, very fast. But the big news, if you're joining us slightly later, is that this is not a Manchester United side that's packing the midfield. This is not a Manchester United side that's playing 3 centre-backs. We're playing 4-2, and then 4, really 4 attacking players. Massive, massive... look, you know, I haven't looked at the City team. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But I know for a fact that City normally have one holding midfielder. Then you've got Silva and De Bruyne. I mean, that's 3 midfielders against 2 straight away. Lingard's going to have a big job on his hand, because we can't lose that midfield. That's where the game will be won and lost, which is why I'm surprised he's gone with the team that he's gone with. But maybe it's because we haven't got anyone to play in the midfield with no, you know, Fellaini's obviously failed that fitness test.
Yeah, he has. I mean, I don't know how that team that we picked lines up, to be honest. I'm trying to work it out. It's obviously going to be wingers, Lingard maybe at number 10, but it's so attacking. It's so attacking. And you're right. The worry is the space in midfield. But, you know, Jose's not an idiot. He hasn't just completely forgotten about that. There will be a plan. I have seen the City lineup as well, and it's pretty much what we expected. But Aguero's been benched, which I think is bad for us, because I think he's actually out of form.
Yeah.
It's, wow, I just can't believe we picked that team. And I think good on him, Jose. You know, get at him. Use our powers. I think that team lineup to me screams that instead of worrying about what City have got, let's let City worry about what we've got. Let's put all the big guns out there, and you see if you can cope with what we've got.
Yeah, and Matthew McTominay's made a contribution as well. He says very attacking. Matthew McTominay. Matthew McFadden. He says very attacking team in terms of the front 4. If Messi Lingard doesn't work out in the game, then Zlatan can come on. Feeling quietly optimistic. I mean, in relation to your thoughts, Ross, I mean, where you were obviously very confident ahead of Watford and Arsenal. I hope you're going to do that again, because we need you to get the hat trick. But you know, is that team today changed yours? Because it has changed my opinion, and I was going for United win, but that team today, I think, if I'm totally honest, I think it gives City more of a chance. I still think we're going to win, but I think it gives City more of a chance.
It does, you're right. To me, that team sort of, I don't know how to say it about swearing, but shit or bust, I call it. Because we're either going to go out and flatten them, or we're going to get exposed. So it makes it more of an exciting game, but you're right, not one that we expected. I'm still confident. I put out a tweet, I think United Stand retweeted it, but I was fishing for City fans to react, and they did, because they're all idiots, saying that we were going to smash them today. And do you know what? I think we will. I mean, Rashford out of form, Martial in form, but Rashford's fresh. He's absolutely fresh, and he was wicked midweek. Again, I said it. I'm just going to repeat what I said earlier. Let's instead of worrying about them, let them worry about us. And Pep's got to look at that team now and go, what do I do? Because although I've packed the midfield, I'm going to get absolutely exposed on the wings with what they've put out there.
Yeah.
But big games for individuals today, and massive game for Lukaku today.
In relation to the City team, I think we predicted. Well, I did the preview with my when we were doing the yellow pen and the tactics, and there's only one player I haven't picked right, which is the one Ross alluded to. He's gone for Jesus instead of Aguero, but everybody else is exactly as we predicted: Walker, Otamendi, Company, Delph. De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Silva, and Sterling, Jesus, and Sane. So they are what we expected them to be. I mean, just to pick up on what Ross was saying there, the reason I didn't expect United to do this. I'm not negative about it in any way, because actually I would have gone more negative. I thought, let's pack that midfield three, let's use the flanks. We're going to still use the flanks. I just worry about the midfield and how we're going to stop them. But having said that, it could be as simple as we're going to stop them by Herrera going with Silva, Matic going with De Bruyne, and then let's see what happens. In fact, Samander has just made a contribution. Thanks for that. And Liverpool just headed over the bar there. Herrera has to be on his A game today for us to win, but I'm confident. Come on, you Reds. Can you give a shout out to Flying Flackett and Otto, please? Just did, mate. Thanks for the contribution. Remember, if you want a definite shout out, you can do that through the Super Chat option. We'll also be reading more out. Matthew McFadden again says we need to watch out for Aguero off the bench. Definitely do. The team lineup, sorry, it is there. I had done it. I'm not too sure why it's not appearing. Let me have a quick look. That is weird. I wonder if it's because... Sorry, it was underneath. There we go. So the team's going on the bottom for you there. It's just about to go along the bottom. De Gea in goal. Valencia right back. Smalling and Rojo, sorry. Ashley Young. Matic and Herrera. Lingard at number 10. Rashford on the right. Martial on the left. Lukaku up front. You know, I don't think there can be any complaints from the fans. I mean, this isn't the team I picked, Ross. I don't think anyone did. But I did say 4 at the back, and a lot of people have been saying over the last sort of 48 hours since I did that preview, no, we've got to play 3-5-2. I mean, for me, I agree. Not, you know, 3 centre backs against Jesus was too much. I think you needed that extra player in the midfield. Would you have gone 3-5-2, or do you think 4 at the back's the way to go?
No, I would have done 3-5-2. I like the formation. I think it's worked. And for me, you don't change your winning formation, but it's game by game basis. Jose, the master tactician, hope that he'll get one over on Pep today. And looking at this team, actually, I think the way Jose may be playing this is again why I said massive game for Lukaku. I don't think we're going to be able to play our way through their midfield with what we got. I mean, Matic is okay on the ball. I honestly think Herrera's passing range is horrendous. But if you go over the top, Fernandinho's like 3'2". If you go over the top, and Lukaku can play in not just Martial now, it's Martial, Rashford and Lingard he should have around him. On the break, I mean, I think he may be hoping that City retreat a little bit because it's so dangerous, and they can't play a high line. You know, if we'd have played Zlatan, which a lot of people were calling for, I think the game would have been over. But with Lukaku, they can't play a high line against us. Will they retreat? It's such an interesting game. What a team selection.
Vishwas has made a contribution. Thanks for that. He's not left a comment, but I'll give a good comment for you, Vishwas, and you can pretend this is yours. This is going to be an absolute cauldron of a game, and I think Rashford and Lingard playing is actually really important. They are players through the youth setup. I mean, how many players have Manchester City got who are one from Manchester or 2 come through their club? I think I'm correct in saying absolutely none. So for us to have 2 on there is important. The Manchester crowd, again, Manchester City can't generate an atmosphere. They can't. You can't buy it. You know, our crowd is built up on decades and decades of love and history and ups and downs. And that crowd today is the biggest asset. It's our biggest asset. Our biggest weapon is the Old Trafford crowd. They've got to make it a cauldron. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowing. They're going to, you know, Silva's going to be in his snood and his gloves. Whack the ball against his legs. Get him hurt in the first few minutes. But on the other hand, with all that passion and cauldron atmosphere, which should be an advantage, my biggest concern, and you tweeted it this week, Ross, Man City's biggest weapon in this game is their diving and the idiot we've got wearing black, the referee, Michael Oliver.
Definitely. And Jose's been brilliant in the press this week for me because all these little snipes. Look, you get banned, not banned, but you get fined for talking about the ref before a game. He hasn't done that. He's talked about the City players and their influence on the ref, and I think it's been brilliant. I tuned in to BBC Match of the Day Extra today, midday, and it infuriated me because they were saying that Jose was wrong for doing that and he should be fined anyway. Just goes to show you that in the build-up to this game, all people can talk about is our manager and not what's going on with the City players, and he's right. Sterling does fall over like a paper bag. The ref's huge today. That clip that I keep seeing of Joe Hart basically headbutted him. I mean,
yeah,
he needs to be stronger than that. He needs to be stronger than that. And I don't want to hear from this ref today, but you're right. I think he's going to be a huge factor. But what I will say is I think Jose Mourinho has been phenomenal in this build-up, and I think that if we do get something out of the ref today, you can only give a clap to our manager.
Yeah, Andy MT's made a contribution. He says Lukaku needs to bully Otamendi today. Look, I'm not making any excuses at all today. This is a Manchester derby at Old Trafford. We need to win. There's a good question there that I was going to ask Ross. Somebody said, this will be your next question, Ross. I'm just going to need to say something first, though. But if we draw today, what is that the title gone? But what I want to just say quickly before that is look, no excuses today. I didn't want this game cancelled. Some United fans, I think quite rightly, wanted it to be cancelled because we would have had Pogba back and the January transfer window before it was replayed. So I understand that. But for me personally, I don't want to duck anybody. I want to do it. But doing it without Pogba is like Man City rolling up today without De Bruyne. Doing it without Fellaini is like Man City rolling up without Fernandinho. You know, we are down to the bones in midfield, and this game will be won and lost in the midfield. We've got Herrera and Matic. Anybody else beyond those two is makeshift or a kid. So we are massively going into this game not unhinged at all, but we are weakened and we are up for it. So I'm not making excuses at all, but that is one to consider. Fellaini is not on the bench. He's not made it. And he's a midfielder who's been very, very important this season. Pogba obviously is massive for us. So we are on the back foot straight away. Which sort of feeds in with that. I mean, some United fans have said, you know, a draw. I think it's very important we don't lose. So obviously I'd take a draw over a loss, but that's common sense. But a draw at the end of today, is that curtains for the title, or do you think it's, you know, it's not the terrible result some people think it is?
Someone clip that. Mark Goldbridge says that Fellaini's as important to United as Fernandinho is to Man City. That is a that's an absolute classic. That fair dues. Look, no.
I think Fellaini would have played this game though, 100%. I mean,
he
just quickly, he would have done, wouldn't he?
I was just winding you up. But look, I think that if we draw this, the title's still on. Do you know what? I even think if we lose this, the title's still on. I won't call it over. City have got difficult fixtures and they're playing crap. I think if we play for a draw, it sends out a negative message. Look, if we're winning and then we concede a goal late on and it draws, we'll be disappointed. But a point is okay. A point is okay. It's just what we do in this game. And I think with the team lineup, you could say that we've gone the other way because we didn't want to watch the Liverpool game part 2 today. We want to watch an absolute classic. We want to watch Arsenal game part 2. And looking at it, that's the way Jose's going to treat this game as well. And I think it's brilliant. I really do. I think the team lineup has shocked me, to be honest. But I think Man City may have to be reconsidering what they're going to do here because I guarantee they wouldn't have expected that either.
JD says we are the last hope for the league. Yeah, 100%. The title's going to Manchester and we are the only ones who can make it, not Manchester City. Aidan Lee says we need 3 points, and Canned Clock Gaming says, well, imagine trying to say Canned Clock Gaming after a few pints. Man United will do the same against City like Arsenal. I disagree with Ross that I think if we lose today the title's gone, mainly because 11 points is a lot, as we know, but also for them to beat us at our manor would be a massive psychological boost for them and a big blow for us. A draw, it's not over. But what I would say about a draw is this. If we draw this game, then we're relying on others because we'd still be 8 points behind and we've only got to play them at the Etihad. So, and I suppose my mentality with that is, look, this is our opportunity not to rely on others. So we need to win it. I'll assess a draw if it's a draw, but we do need to win it, and I really hope that we can do. Andrew Ellis says whether we win, lose or draw, it's still going to City, but he doesn't like Mourinho, so there we go. And another comment there about we're not live till 4:30. Well, the game's not live till 4:30, by the way, but the Everton derby is on at the moment, and it is 1-0 to Liverpool. We need to get... Kieran Welch is right. We need 3,000 likes. And Ross, you were there last week. You know what this is all about. So last week, Ross and Marcus did the watch-along and they got 3,000 likes before kickoff and we won 3-1. I always like 1,000 likes before kickoff, which we're doing very, very well for. But this is a game. This is... Our season's on this game. This is, you know, whatever happens this season, I think the next 3 hours we will look back on in May and go, that was symbolic, one way or another.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, you're right. we will remember this game. I still can't forget the game at Old Trafford last season where, to be honest, Lingard and Mkhitaryan went missing, and they were the reason why we lost that game.
Yeah, we really won it, didn't we?
Lingard, well, we should have won it because the referee had an absolute mare. Rooney was fouled in the box, and the keeper should have got sent off. But again, a ref letting us down. But Lingard's got a chance to resurrect that today because he was crap in the last game, and he's one of our form players actually, along with Ashley Young. Big.
Well, Rashford's the one out of form at the moment, to be honest. I mean, I really like Rashford, but he's not been in form for about a month.
You're right, though, mate. This Manchester thing, local lad Lingard, maybe it'll help us out today because that would be the absolute icing on the cake if City get done by a couple of local boys that we've brought through our youth system instead of spending oil money on players. That would be the headline for me, and that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, but do you know what? Another shocker for me today. I love the player. I'm a bit worried about Rojo on his own today with Chris Smalling. That is a worry for me.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about Rojo and Smalling because, again, you know, we've got no Fellaini, we've got no. I thought Everton were in there. We've got no Fellaini, we've got no. Oh, penalty for Everton.
Well, you know he's taking that, didn't you?
Wayne Rooney. It's interesting. There's still 15 minutes to go, and I have got it on the side. And Liverpool are all over Everton, so they'll probably still go and score. And you can almost write this and imagine Rooney's going to miss at Anfield. But it was a soft penalty, to be honest. I'd be very if that was given against us by Oliver today, Jesus going down with Smalling, you'd be like, that is not. I don't think it's a penalty, to be honest. But it is a penalty, and it is rather funny. But yeah, I mean, in relation to taking it back to the derby, we'll keep you up to date with that penalty. It is really, to me, there's so many things about it, but it all comes down to how we get that crowd up, and I suppose Mourinho's aware of that because the crowd need to be part of it, don't they? The crowd need to be a massive part of it, and if he was to sit back and do nothing. Sit back and defend against Man City, then, you know, you've been there, I've been there. The crowd will lose its momentum. Ooh, Rooney! Ooh!
Scored!
Yes, penalty.
Get in.
Come on.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Shouldn't be celebrating. Well, yeah, I've always wanted Rooney. He's an ex-United legend, and I've always wanted him to do well at Everton. And scoring against them scummy get in. But they'll go and score up the other end. They'll go and score up the other end, I guarantee it. But yeah, I liked that. That's the best thing he's done in about 3 years. Smashed it straight down the middle.
Mate, I don't think the crowd will need any gearing up today. I think the team lineup's perfect for it. I think the personnel's perfect for it with the local lads. The crowd, you know, like at Old Trafford, actually, the away fans are normally pretty good. They come with all the same old chants, like, you know, but City don't really have a crowd. And to be honest, I think the cold weather, half of them won't even bother leaving their front door today. So, yeah, this should be an absolute cauldron for me, an absolute cauldron. And it is our biggest asset today.
I think that what I meant by that, though, is that, like, you know, we've seen it a lot, even with Mourinho, is that, you know, the crowd for the first 5 minutes will be rocking, but it's then what happens, the game dictates how a tackle, a good run, a good bit of wing play, a shot against the post, that gets the crowd rocking. If we were playing on the break at Old Trafford, then, you know, we're not going to create many rocking moments. Whereas I think if he's almost like, if I actually do attack them, then I'm going to get the crowd on side, and that's going to, you know, Man City aren't used to playing against the crowd of 75,000. They're not, you know, they're not used to that at all. I think the crowd will be up for it. Elisa Jones makes a good point as well, which again, I'm not making excuses, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm confident we're going to win this, but, you know, let's not forget, if we do win this, Man City have got nowhere to hide. You know, we've got no Pogba, no Fellaini, and as Lisa Jones says, why hasn't Baye been playing? I mean, Baye, for me, Ross, if he was fit, no matter how well Smalling, Lindelof or Rojo have played, he would walk straight back into the team. Phil Jones is on the bench today. He's been very good. I wouldn't say he deserves to walk straight back in the team, but Baye would. So we've got our first choice centre-back out, definitely probably our best player in Pogba. One of the first choice midfielders out. So 3 players out for us. City have got nobody out. So it's, you know, we are doing, you know, we should be able to do it without those sort of players. But again, it just shows that, you know, if we can do it today, it just shows what Mourinho has been doing over this this last month or so with the way that we've been playing, and I hope the players are up for it.
They will be up for it, definitely. Look, I think regardless of what happens today, Jose still has done a phenomenal job at our club. That's where we were when he took over and where we are now, based on the actual transfer kitty that he's been given. It's 90 minutes today. I think regardless of how both teams are playing, they both should be up for this. I think you're right, Mark. I really didn't want this game to get called off. I think this is the absolute best time to play City. Their form's dipped a little bit. They're off the back of a defeat. Pogba or not, I think that the momentum's with us at the minute. It really is. So I think it's the best time to play them at home. Crowd will be rocking, like you say. Get some tackles in. Let Rojo 2-foot one of them, and let's scare them.
I mean, that's the worry, isn't it? I mean, I think if you lose a player against Man City, you park the bus and you pray, because we're going back to it, and I don't want to talk about the referee because maybe he will do it. Maybe he will help us out, but the trouble is, and I said this before, look, I want to mention it now and then move on from it. But we spoke about this on the Sunday show, in fact, Ross, didn't we, last week, about there's a very good thing that not a lot of people know about Pep. I mean, I'll educate you on the fact that his teams do badger the referee and they do dive. But what they also do is they are very cynical. But they do the foul early. They'll do the foul the minute you are coming out of their half. They won't wait. They'll take the foul then because there's less chance of getting a yellow card and it kills momentum. So they will throw their fouls around. But the problem is in the final third they'll get round the referee and they will dive. And regardless of whether Michael Oliver gives a penalty away or anything today, I think he's got to keep his hand. He's got to keep his hand in his pocket for at least half an hour. It's a derby.
Yeah, mate, you're right as well. It's the opposition that we're playing. I don't think going into that Arsenal game I was that concerned about the referee, who it was, because you felt like Arsenal don't, like you said, they don't do that to a ref. City do. They play to the ref. I mean, I've watched a few highlights of Sterling recently, and he is a joke. If Ashley Young did that, he'd be vindicated out of the game. But if it's Raheem Sterling, apparently it's fine. It is a talking point today, and you're right. The first 15 minutes, the referee needs to go into this game thinking, I need to keep 11 men on the pitch. Look, you can't let horrendous fouls go, I get it, but for me, you can't even give a booking in the first half unless it really justifies it. Otherwise, in a derby, you'll lose the game, and it'll get to that point where you'd go, he should have been off for that, he should have been off for that. How can you send him off when and it'll just get ridiculous.
We have got 3,500 people watching. We're 2 subscribers away from 157,000. So if you are new to the United Stand, please subscribe to the channel. Bottom right hand corner on the hologram. You found a fantastic community. We are going to be live tonight at 8 o'clock. Hopefully Ross is going to join me for that. Sunday night live every week. We're live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with the Skype show where you can call in. We're live every night at 8 o'clock basically. All the watch-alongs, all the reaction on the United Stand. Fantastic community. Live comments are always part of it. But more importantly, we're on 3,500 people watching. We want 3,000 likes. Superstition or not, we got it last week for the Arsenal game and we won 3-1. I'll take every little bit we can. Smash that like button. We've hit 1,000 already. Let's get 3,000 likes. We've still got 35 minutes before kickoff. And I think it's going to be an intriguing battle, Ross. I really do. You've got 5 more minutes if that's okay. I think Alex is going to pop on. He's not been on for a while. And hopefully you can join us at half time and 8 o'clock if possible.
Oh, it's like that, is it? Alex just comes in whenever he wants.
I just think
it'd be good.
I think
it'd
Alex
be good to have him on, mate.
Yeah, he always has some mad theories. So it's been months. We haven't spoke to Alex in months. So it could be a good argument. It could be a bad one. But yeah, I mean, what was your score prediction then? I'm going to go for. I was going 1-0 based on I thought we'd pack the midfield and hit them on the break. I think now. This could be anything. I mean, remember that one where it was 4-3 Michael Owen at the end? I mean, we thought Arsenal was one of the best games I've seen in the Premier League for years. And obviously it was helped by the fact that we won it. But again, this could be a massive advert for football. And I hope it is, and I hope we win, because I think this... Even Cantona, I don't know whether you heard what he said yesterday. I was very, very negative about him yesterday. Saying that Pep gives him a hard-on and it's defence against attack. I mean, Manchester United legend. I just think he's undermining what Mourinho's doing, because we aren't playing defensive football anyway.
Now, all these legends need to just keep their mouth shut for a little while and just let the game pan out. Talk afterwards, to be honest. Yeah, that things like that just wind me up. But the world is watching, mate. The world is watching, definitely. And yeah, we do want a nice spectacle, but we want to see our team come out at the end on top. I still think we will. My score prediction's 2-1. I actually have a feeling we may go behind. I know that sounds awfully negative. I just think we will, and then we'll come out of the blocks and come at them. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope we get an early goal, smash them early like we did Arsenal. And I think that's the way to go, actually. Pin them back. Their game tactic today, you heard Pep talk about it. Don't concede corners against us because we're tall. I think they're going to want to play their high line, and they're going to want to keep everything in our half. Like you say, foul us in our half, keep everything in there. We need to kind of do the same against them, to be honest. And I actually would prefer to have a higher line against Gabriel Jesus, because when you play deep, his movement in the box is brilliant and he always pops up. I haven't really seen a great performance from him with a high line. He rarely gets that, so why not test it?
Yeah, as Brandon Traherne 2 says, there'll be 1 billion watching worldwide. 99% United fans. I think you're being generous there. I think 99.9% will be United fans, and there'll be a couple of City. Good shot that by Coutinho, and the keeper saves it well. Only 5 minutes left in the derby. I tell you what, I mean, just quickly, Ross, looking at that before you pop off. If Liverpool were to draw this, I mean, I think it's right. I was saying to somebody last night, look, we've got to look ahead. We've got to look above us. But there's a big battle going on below us, and we did finish 6th last year. And I think, we're only, the Watford and Arsenal results were great because not many teams will go to those 2 places and get 6 points. But the great thing about what we're doing at the moment is that, we're just not giving anybody an inch behind us. I mean, Chelsea beat us at Stamford Bridge on Bonfire Night. Oh, we'll soon be ahead of you. They're nowhere near us. And again, Arsenal dropped points today. I know Spurs won, but if Liverpool did, and I still think they might snatch it, but that's great if we do win as well, because we're just, it really is a 2-horse race, and we're just not giving anybody a chance below us to get near us, which will frustrate a lot.
Liverpool make me die, mate, because they're probably playing the best football they've played in the last 20 years, to be honest. And yeah, they're 2 points above Burnley if it stays the way it is. Yeah. That's Liverpool all over that. They could talk and talk about their lovely attack and they score goals galore. Well, look where you are in the table. And Liverpool are no threat to us. Chelsea were the threat, and David Moyes has kind of, for the meantime, eradicated that. So a win today, you're right. A win today, and to be 6 points ahead of Chelsea in third, I think you're definitely looking at a 2-horse race. And then we can just concentrate on top, which is what we should be doing anyway, and it's what we are doing. And I just can't believe it. I can't register the thought of, if we win today, we'll be 5 points behind City. Like, I think for a lot of the points this season, we thought the league was over, especially when we were dropping points to stupid teams. To be 5 points in with City have got a difficult run of fixtures coming up. Game on, and the reality is that we could actually win this league this year, and what an achievement that would be. But Jose always does it in his second season. Yeah,
it's all going to be on this result. I mean, I'm just going to let Ross answer this one because he's been very, very positive about the Watford game. I was a bit worried about that one. So Nathaniel Bailey says, I love United, but this game is going to show how far away we are from winning the league. They're too good, Mark. Way too good. Ross?
Yes. It's ridiculous, honestly. I can't. Football's an opinions-based game, so I can't trash your opinion, but I can't get on board with it either. I mean, look, they've looked good in points, but so have we, and I think we've looked better in some points. You're going to see Clash of the Titans today, and United at home haven't lost a game at home in 40 games. I'd back us against any team in the world, and yet we are a little way off where we should be. But City are not the complete finished article either. Their back four's horrendous. They concede goals from set pieces. Let's go at them today. City aren't the finished article, neither United, but we're probably the 2 best teams in the league.
Just had a text from my mum. She's just got to Harry Potter World and it's cancelled. That's a 3-hour drive down the path. I was going to go, but I couldn't because of the game today, which obviously I would never miss. But Ross, you're going to come on at half time?
Yes, mate, I'll come on half time and keep you and potentially Marcus company.
Yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Massive day for United. It's all about to kick off. Thanks for coming on, Ross. And you can follow Ross on Twitter at Hazza90, which is at HAZZA90. I think you probably got quite a few followers last night because I was shouting you out about your diggers outside Old Trafford.
Battery diggers, yeah, I did get a few. Thanks, mate. I wondered why that was happening. But yeah, thanks, Mark, and I'll speak to you after time, mate.
All right, mate.
Yeah. After a beer and a positive first half.
Cool, cool. I'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, massive game for United, and you know, it's just this is why we watch football. This is why we support Manchester United or whoever you do support if you're watching, because you know, as before the Watford game, as before the Arsenal game, I can't give you the facts. I can't give you the result. I mean, on Wednesday night against Bournemouth, we're going to win. That's 3 points, and I'll tell you that now. Tonight. And as I said, against Watford and Arsenal, I cannot give you the result because these are the big games, and you know Manchester City are currently top of the league. So, but I think we're going to win it, and I'm very, very excited about it. We've not yet hit 2,000 likes. We need 3,000 likes before kickoff, and we will win this game. That's what Marcus and Ross got last week before the Arsenal game. So smash the like button and share it. Share the video and get as many people watching before kickoff as we can, so we can do that. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the weather is at Manchester, obviously, because I'm not sat in Manchester now. You know, part of me wishes I was, but then part of me thinks if I wasn't, you know, I love doing the watch-alongs with all you lot. But what a game that's going to be. I hope it's chucking it down with snow, because the game can't be cancelled now. The game would have been cancelled because of health and safety reasons. It cannot be cancelled now when the crowd is full, because we've got undersoil heating at Old Trafford. So you know it's snowing in the Liverpool game. It won't be cancelled. So I hope it snows. I hope it's really cold, and I hope Man City mercenaries bottle it. But you know what? If we lose this game today, me more than anybody is probably going to get a lot of stick from Man City fans, because I've been getting it all season, all week. Fortune favours the brave, and I'm a Manchester United fan like many of you are, and I'm not going to go hiding if we lose the game. We might lose the game 4 or 5-0 because Man City school us off the pitch. I'd have to admit that, but I'm not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. Drawty's on here as well. Thanks for Drawty. He's giving me the fire to keep me working, keep me warm, and the Christmas tree. Oh, you know what? I look forward to United playing most games, but I'm sure everybody at home is feeling this as well. Absolutely rocking about this. Really, really am. And we just got to win. We've just got to win this game of football. Let me see. I don't know whether Alex wants me to Skype him or what, but I can give him a try. Still 2.5 minutes to go in the Everton game. If they can get a point there, that would be very, very funny. I just don't think Liverpool are going to get near us anyway, so that would be funny. But as Ross was saying, this is the best Liverpool side there is, so I still think they'll nick it. Coco the cat's behind me as well. You can't see him that well because he's just behind the blogging award that we won. We need to get rid of that, actually. It was a couple of years ago. Coco is here. He's behind me there, look. You can see him behind the award. Kickoff is 4:30 PM. Yep. Sheena. And we are... Keep that fire burning, says United like Manchester. I'll tell you what, if you saw my snow ramble this morning, well worth a watch. Even if you watch after the game tonight, chucking it down with snow where I am. Still snowing now, actually, but not enough in Manchester to stop this game. And I do think that's a good thing, if I'm totally honest. I really do. I think we need to get this game done, because the momentum will come to Manchester United. And if you wait, you know, 8 points is quite a lot. And who's gonna get the 8 points for us? So Everton have just put it. Liverpool just put it over the bar. So that looks like it's going to be a big point for us. Only a minute left. Remember we've got nearly 4,000 people watching, which is amazing. I know it's a massive game though, and I'm sure everybody's just building towards it, trying to pass the time. So you're very welcome on the United Stand with the great United Stand community that we have. Shout out to them. I'm getting nervous. Shout out to them. I'm going to ask you where you're all watching from in a moment, but remember, if you are new to the United Stand, click that subscribe button, bottom right hand corner. We will be live at 8 o'clock tonight as well. Live at 8 o'clock tonight, Sunday Night Live. How will we be reacting? We'll be reacting to a win. The reality is we're going to be 11 points behind, 8 points behind, or 5 points behind at 8 o'clock tonight. So join us for that. Going to be real reaction. Looking forward to that, but hopefully we've got to win. I don't care how we win. Adam Leahy says we're going to smash them. I don't care if it's 1-0 in the last minute. I'd rather it wasn't that, but as long as, you know, I want to win it. We've got to win it. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock is your show. Skype in. We go live. We take your calls. So lots to get involved with. Liverpool have blown it again, so that's good. And we go into the derby. We go into this derby with lots and lots of optimism, knowing that every team, apart from Spurs behind us, has dropped points already this weekend. So, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Lovren's meltdown about the penalty. He's crap, isn't he? He really is crap. But, yeah, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. And now, and Klopp should get banned as well. I really hope he does. I think we're going to have Alex joining me any minute as well. Okay, let's take some of your comments. Full time, 1-1. So Liverpool are in 4th. They're 6 points behind, 5 points behind us, but we've got this game in hand. We could be 8 points clear of them today if we win. All ifs, buts and maybes because we need to win the game. But Rooney did get the equaliser from a penalty. It probably wasn't a penalty, to be honest. But the brilliant thing about Liverpool is Salah scored a very good goal, and they'll love that. But he will leave there soon because he's never going to win anything. I think that's a bit. I think he fouled him before it as well. And here is Alex. Long time not been on. Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly well. Good to have you back on.
Yeah, good to be back on.
We're just laughing about Liverpool, but obviously
is it full time now?
Yeah, 1-1. Rooney with the penalty, which was never a penalty anyway, which makes it even funnier. I assume Klopp's going to get a ban because he came on the pitch shouting at the referee, but his name's not Jose Mourinho, so he'll probably be alright. I'll just read this out. Broski R says, couldn't sleep last night. I've been up since 5 AM. It's 8:06 here in California. I'm just too excited for this game. How are you feeling about it, Alex? And what are your thoughts team-wise and where this is going to go?
All week I was a bit nervous about it, and then I was really nervous this morning when there were all the rumours coming out. I don't know if you saw them, but it's been confirmed now about Lukaku, Lingard, Martial and Rashford all starting and how attacking we were going. But then thinking about it more with how they're set up as well, they're basically matching us like player for player. And then when we're at Old Trafford, I don't get why it's been ignored by so much of the media, but we haven't lost at Old Trafford since October 2016, which was ironically against Man City in their last game. But we're on a really good run of form at home. Our players are in a lot better form than they were last season, and I'm actually feeling more confident for the match because I think we are going to sit back, let's be fair, and counter. But with how quick those front four are, all of them, they're like, all 4 of them are in like the top at least like 30 quickest players in the league. So we are absolutely devastating. And then we have the likes of Zlatan to still come on and score from a set piece, which is what they've struggled at all season.
Yeah, I spoke about it with Ross before as well. I think we've sort of been forced into this formation because I sort of thought he would pack the midfield because that's where City are strong with De Bruyne and Silva, and really we've got Matic and Herrera. But if you wanted to play 3 in there, you've got no Fellaini, you've got no Carrick, you've got no Pogba. Effectively, his only choice was to probably put Lindelof or Jones in there or McTominay. So I think he's thought, you know what, rather than make do, I'm going to try a different approach and, you know, try and get this crowd up. Are you confident? I mean, taking away the fact that we need to win and it's a Manchester derby, is your head saying that this is a? I mean, City haven't been. I meant to say that to Ross as well. As if you listen to the media because they're so anti-United and pro-Pep, they'd have you believe that we're not the informed team, and City are. But City have done very well to win their last 4 games, because the reality is they shouldn't have. Whereas United, I don't think anyone can argue with the fact that we should have won our last 4 games, and we've had the tougher fixtures. So at Old Trafford, surely, well, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to be straightforward for United, or do you think it's?
I get what you're saying, and how like we're going into this with no one giving us a chance, basically, with like what I said before about being unbeaten at home for that long, and how no one's giving us a chance, or like how Henry asked De Gea, can we stop City and stuff. It's ridiculous. And if there's one team that is set up perfectly to beat City, it would be United, because how they've conceded their goals and when they've been scraping these wins the last 3 or 4 games is from counter-attacks and set pieces, and United are one of, if not the best counter-attacking team in the league, and the best team from set pieces in the league. So I think if there's one team, we're definitely the ones that can beat them. But it just all depends. I would have felt a lot more confident with Pogba. I think the stats speak for themselves when he's in our team, when he's out of our team, the amount of goals we score, the amount of chances we create. He's our link between defence and attack and getting the ball, and it will be like a massive risk, a massive miss. I was reading all in the media like throughout the week that they were even saying that Zlatan could play in midfield because he has no faith in like anyone being able to pass the ball, but obviously that didn't come to fruition. And Matic is capable of spraying balls about, but it's like the sort of game where even Carrick could have played a role, but without Pogba it is a massive ask. But Fellaini actually didn't make the bench, did he?
No, I do think if Fellaini was fit, he would have played. But to be honest, though, I think he rushed himself back last time, and he's been pretty poor. So I think maybe a bit of a rest for Fellaini is not a bad idea.
I know, but even for like 15 minutes off the bench, that would have been, because I looked at that bench and the only 2 attackers on it basically are Mata and Zlatan, aren't they? So Mata isn't going to make that much of like a impact sub like difference. So Zlatan's pretty much our only sub.
Yeah, you know what? When you look at it, and I don't want to make excuses, no Pogba, no Fellaini, that's pretty much decimated our options in the midfield. It's forced us to play Matic and Herrera. Our number 1 centre-back's missing in Bailly. So, City haven't got anybody out. I mean, Mendy. I mean, they're talking about Mendy being the best left-back in the world. He's the best bloody... he's basically a B-Tech Everett on Twitter. That's Mendy. Until he gets back fit, I'm interested in him. So Man City have certainly got the upper hand in relation to injuries, etc. But for me, the 2 biggest weapons are Oliver, the referee for Man City, just because they dive a lot, and the Old Trafford crowd for United, because it's going to be cold. It's going to be hopefully a great atmosphere, and hopefully, I mean, one thing that's not been discussed is how Manchester City will approach this game. I mean, I know, in fairness, you were a bit of a Pep fan when we were talking about him a couple of years ago. You weren't?
Me? No, I've always said about...
Oh, you're a Klopp fan?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Like, what did you... Oh, Klopp, yeah, it was Klopp. Yeah, not Pep. But I hate Klopp now, if that's any consolation. But yeah, I heard, like, once again, it's paper talk, so it could be all bullshit, but that Pep is going to apparently like sit back, or I don't know how they'd find that out, but that he's like respecting us more and going to sit back. And to be fair, it would make sense for them to sit back and hit us on the counter, because they know how we'll play and how we're so dangerous on the counter, that it would make sense for them to change their style of play. But I don't know, I think it has all the makings of a really good game. I just think it's really, well, not unfair, because it's like it was by our own doing, but that it's just a shame that each team isn't at full strength, because it is going to play a part. And I think after that last time, I can't remember when it was, what was it, like 2013 or something, that Smalling got sent off, and then in the same game that Joe Hart went basically head-to-head with Michael Oliver. Well, not basically, he did go head-to-head with him, didn't even get a yellow card. If that was a United player, that is not even an exaggeration, or any other player, you'd get like a 5-game ban. You remember Di Maria, with the same referee, just like tugged his shirt and got a straight red, or what was it, a second yellow or whatever. Yeah. But Joe Hart went head-to-head with him and got nothing. And that's why he should never have been allowed to referee another Manchester derby again, because it seems like it's making excuses, but he showed in that game how utterly biased he was. It's absolute piss take.
Now, you know what? I don't like to talk about referees, and Ross made a great point. We were away at the Emirates last week and we never spoke about the referee. we're at home at Old Trafford and we're talking about a referee, and that's nothing to do with being fearful of City or Pep and not being fearful of Arsenal, because our record at Arsenal's been poor. It is to do with the personality who's wearing the all black referee today. He worries me. He does worry me, and that's based on history, like Alex said, not just United games. I think he's just Clattenburg's sort of prototype model, the new one. He will make decisions, and they always seem to be against this. So I am worried about him. But it's interesting what you said about Pep there and how he might approach this game. I don't think City have got it into them to defend, and if they do, I hope we can get a few corners, because that's where we can really hurt them. We just got to, we've got to be up for this. And I mean, what's your score prediction on it?
I think it'll be 2-1 either way, just like last season. But I think we have everything like going into this match that we can be the team that beats them. I don't care what anyone says, they're not. Like, they've shown that they're vulnerable like the last games, but this is their cup final, we have to remember. And I'm absolutely shocked he didn't play Aguero, because Aguero's record against us is brilliant, but to have him coming on as a sub isn't that bad of an option to have, really. But one thing I just wanted to say was that with Kyle Walker and Fabian Delph on the wings, I think if Martial or Rashford can isolate them, we should be taking a lot of opportunities of them, because Martial one-on-one with Walker, there's only one winner. Rashford one-on-one with Delph, there should be only one winner. So
yeah. Even if we'd stacked the midfield, I said the way to beat City is down the flanks, because I think Young against Sterling is a 50-50 battle. Valencia against Sane is a 50-50 battle. Delph against Rashford's not 50-50, and Martial on his game against anybody's not 50-50. So we've got to hurt them down the flanks. But I mean, I was looking at a little bit of it there of Sterling trotting off with Silva. I hope we crunch into them and really the crowd get up and the referee lets it go, because I think it really is. I started the stream by saying it's passion against Pep. If we treat this like a derby and go at them and start crunching into tackles, whatever anybody thinks about Man City, they are mercenaries. These are not players who wear Manchester City's badge through pride or supporting the club or history or anything like that. They wear it because oil money goes into their bank account, and they're good players, but I don't think they've got that edge that United players have, which is why it's great that Rashford and Lingard are playing, because they've come through the club, they are Manchester lads, and they get it. And I think Zlatan gets it, and Zlatan hates Pep. So I think even if he's not on the pitch, I think Zlatan's influence is huge.
But I think, funnily enough, I tweeted that out earlier in the week. I said that this is the sort of game, like in the olden times, well, not olden times, but like back in the 90s or early like 2000s and stuff, that if we could just go like early doors, just like basically kick them off the pitch, like, and they'll be like scared. Like who was it? Troy Deeney said about Arsenal about having the cojones or whatever. And if you just come in, crunch them early doors, they'll be like, oh god, I'm not up for this, because they have all those like flair players, but they're all really small, and like physically we should absolutely boss them off the park. But in matches like this, it depends with the referee of how much he's willing to let go. We saw it with Herrera last season with Chelsea, with Hazard, how he got sent off for doing that. So with this referee, I worry about it. If we had a different referee, seeing as it's at Old Trafford, you would get the advantage to be able to play like that. But with him, I really am not sure. So I don't know. And we have seen Jose do it over the years, like with Real Madrid and stuff, get players to kick them off the park. But I really worry with Michael Oliver in charge.
Yeah, I mean, British69 said there, this referee won't let that happen. But I spoke about it in the week. I think Mourinho has been quite respectful of Pep in his time at Manchester, and maybe that's because he knew that the resources that Pep's got, inheriting people like Aguero and De Bruyne and company and Silva, and then the open checkbook, whereas Mourinho inherited a lot of mess and has spent money, but he's not had an open checkbook. I think maybe Mourinho's not gobbed off that much because he knows the advantages with Pep. I personally today think this is our season. This game's our season. We need to win it. And I think Mourinho, it would be a good tactical move is when they're down in, when they are both down sort of on the edge of the pitch, he gives him a bit and actually does do what he really wants to do, and we know he wants to do. He doesn't like Pep. We don't want him to like Pep. I would turn it into a passion game as much as you can, because we've seen with Pep and that Redmond thing the other day, as much as he wants to come across as a connoisseur, actually he's a spoiled silver spoon brat. And when things go against him, he's petulant. And I would love to see City lose their cool today. Because, Fernandinho's a dirty player as well. They might chuck a silly tackle in.
God, yeah, he got sent off. What was it? He went on like a run of games last season where he had like played 6 games and got like 3 red cards within 6 games.
Yeah, yeah.
So he has got it in, and Company's been sent off in a Manchester derby as well before.
He's dangerous.
But like
yeah.
I said, I would like there's been loads of reds really in this derby if you think about it over the years. Like in the 6-1, it was either Evans or Fletcher, one of them two got sent off. Smalling got sent off before Company got sent off. So a red is actually a common occurrence in this game, but it's just it does seem like excuses before the game, but it's because it's Michael Oliver. I just think it's an absolute disgrace that he got given this game, and people can like say, oh yeah, you just like making excuses, but it really is an excuse. He's just terrible for this sort of game, but I am still confident, and if our players turn up, then we have a great chance. But Smalling, I'm not that confident about. Jones made the bench, so I'm surprised he didn't start, but
I'm a big fan of Smalling, to be honest.
Yeah, he has been decent recently, but also because I haven't been on the show recently. But Lindelof's been really good as well recently.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, but we couldn't really have thrown him into this. But I am actually surprised we didn't go with 3-5-2. What were you expecting before the game? Were you thinking we'd go for it at the back? We
obviously don't watch my preview, Alex, because I did say I did mention that with Ross, and you're not the only one to say that 3-5-2 would have been the way that many people wanted it to go. I wanted us to go 4-2-3-1. I didn't expect us to do it this. I thought Fellaini would be fit, and we probably wouldn't play Rashford, and we put Lingard on the right and have 3 solid players in the middle. But I'm happy with the team. I would have gone 4 because I think 3 centre backs against 1 Aguero or Jesus would have left us lacking in other areas. But I like that formation. I think Mourinho likes it. I think the great thing about United, unlike any other club in the Premier League at the moment, even City, is that we actually can play 2 or 3 formations, and we have got plan A, B and C. Liverpool have only got 1 plan. I think Pep's only got 1 plan. So it's great that we can do that. And just picking up on something you said there, because we're getting close to kick-off, I'm quite surprised. It's too late now. I'm quite surprised, and it does show the anti-media feeling towards United that it's all about City even this week. Because if City do win this game, that's the title gone on the 10th of December. Yeah. And brand Premier League, best league in the world, doesn't mean anything when the title's gone in December. So I think everybody should have wanted United to get the win today.
Yeah, likewise. I truly think people can say it's delusional or whatever. Like, this is basically the Premier League showdown. I know it's only December, but the way the league has gone, I think if we win this, then it could literally be the turning point in the league, because that puts the doubt in City's mind. 5 points with this many games to play is absolutely nothing. Whereas if they win, it's such a massive momentum shift. A draw, I wouldn't take it ahead of time. It wouldn't be the end of the world, though. But then you're relying on other people, whereas the momentum is going to completely shift if we beat them today.
And exactly, and if we do it, not only do we sort of burst the bubble, which I think will burst at some point, we do it without Pogba as well, which, as you quite rightly said, you know, we were brilliant until Pogba got injured. We've been brilliant since he got back. So to do that without Pogba would be significant. But I agree with you. I think the Premier League rests on this. A draw doesn't stop it, takes it out of our hands, but a win for us or a win for City, and I think that's decisive.
But that's another annoying thing with the Pogba thing, is that it really annoys me how KDB gets constantly praised and Pogba gets constantly slated. And I thought this would be the game where he could prove all the doubters wrong, because he played really well against Arsenal and then got sent off typically in the most important game of the season. But,
yeah, it was. I thought he was brilliant in that game. The way he rolled Koscielny like a piece of pastry and won us the game. Okay, Alex, well, thanks for coming on. I don't know what your plans are, but if you are available tonight, you're more than welcome to come on at 8 o'clock. But great to have you on anyway.
Yeah, good to be on, and I'll speak to you guys later.
Cheers, Alex.
Bye.
Mad Marcus will shortly be joining me, I presume, to take up the reins for the game. We are getting very close to the game. I don't know how we've done for likes. We were trying to get this... I always thought it was unachievable. 3,000 likes before kickoff, because that's what we got before Arsenal. Kumo 2 times 2 says hit that like button. We can still do it. I think people are superstitious. I'll take everything. I'll take every single like we can get, and if we can get 3,000 likes before kickoff, then maybe that can be symbolic. I don't know what we're on at the moment. It says 2,000, but remember, we're only 4 minutes away from kickoff, and remember to subscribe to the United Stand, bottom right hand corner, hologram there, lots of you watching. this community we have on the United Stand is fantastic. You can see the live comments there. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We'll be live at 8 o'clock no matter what the result, reacting to it. Tonight, we're with you all the way through till full time on this stream. Every single night. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock is the Skype show where you can Skype in. So loads to get involved with the United Stand. If you've only just found us, you're going to love it. It's a fantastic community that we have. Dees TV's made a contribution. He says, today it's all about supporting, once again, Glory Glory Man United. I don't think anybody would be negative about that team that we've picked today. It is a fantastic team. Look at City. They are just such desperado club, aren't they? I mean, they're coming out in tracksuits with City on the back. They're trying to buy status. You can't buy status. This is Manchester United. We are status. Radmagon is nervous. I tell you what, I wish I was running out for United, because I'm not nervous now. It's game time and the players have got to turn up. And Mourinho's there right next to Lukaku, and I know exactly what he'll be saying. He'll be like, have this lot. This is your moment. Have them. Don't let them get all over you. We need 300 likes in 5 minutes, says Jules King. Well, it's going to take a big effort, but nothing's beyond the United Stand community. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can do it. Let me know where you're watching from. I know we're very, very, very close to kick-off now, but let me know where you are watching from. Really, really interested to do that. It's my favourite part of the watch-along. I've just left it a little bit late. We're getting very, very close. Waiting for Mad Marcus, yes. I know he's in the live comments, so hopefully he'll be joining me today. Yeah, somebody just said there, you've surely got to have an element of nervousness. Of course I'm nervous. Of course I'm nervous. I'm nervous of the fact that if we lose this game, the amount of rubbish we're going to have to put up with. But fortune favours the brave. This is what it's all about. Talking about the brave, Marcus, can you hear me?
How are we doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah, pretty good.
Nervous?
Second bottle of wine.
You got your wine?
No.
Yeah, good.
I'm not nervous at all, mate. Been looking forward to this all week. Since the Arsenal result, my eyes have been firmly focused on this game. Formation, I think he's done what I wanted him to do. Four at the back was, I think, the right way to go for it. And a very attacking lineup. The only downside I can see to it, if there is one, is the bench is very defensive for me.
Yeah. All our attackers are on the pitch, aren't they? So. Yeah,
but I know Mkhitaryan's not been in the best of form, but just to see his name on the bench as a attacking option could have been good.
We forgot, never even mentioned him again. You know, it's becoming more and more regular that we forget about Mkhitaryan. He's just the forgotten man. I mean, I think that's deserved. I thought he was awful in October, but I am still slightly surprised that he's not got himself back in. Just very quickly, because we are approaching kick-off, we've got people watching from North Carolina, from Holland, from Dallas, from Scotland, from Valencia, from Malaysia, from Wolverhampton, from London, from Ireland, from Texas, from Bhutan, Mississippi, Indonesia. Shout out to the Indonesia Massive. I know there's always quite a few watching on a game day. Kenya, Brussels, Houston. Atmosphere is rocking Aidan Lee from what I've seen. Stoke-on-Trent, and I don't know what a Citizen is either. I saw that on the back of Manchester United shirts. Then are they sponsored by what? A watchmaker now? I don't know. You never know with that club. They tweet out their own transfer rumours now. I mean, they are just scattergun, wishy-washy approach. No class at all. But yeah, my two concerns for me, not concerns, I think it's about passion. And it's about how much the referee lets us have that passion.
Yes, you know, the referee always in a big game is always a problem. I think hopefully the game, he lets it flow. He doesn't try and get his cards out early. It's going to be a passionate game from our point of view because, as we know, as you spoke about earlier, City fans, you know, they don't play for the badge, they play for the money. Whereas our team, you know, there are plenty of players in our team that get what a derby means to the fans all over the world. And, you know, the 3 points in this is absolutely crucial for me, absolutely crucial. I don't care how we win it. I think we're going to win it comfortably.
We needed 120 more for 3,000 likes. It's on you lot because the game's just kicked off. We fell short, but hopefully the 2,900 who did will be enough. The game is on. It's game on. I'm just going to get the timer up for you. There's no more messing around now. There's no more hoping of games being cancelled, which, to be honest, I never did. It's on, and we're about to find out now just what the gap is between Manchester United and Manchester City. No more excuses. Here we go.
I don't think the gap is that big, to be honest. I really don't. You know, if we get the 3 points today, which I'm really confident we're going to, I'd be more worried if we were missing, say, De Gea or Matic instead of Pogba. But in games like this, you know, we're gonna have suspensions and injuries throughout the season. So I wouldn't like to see us saying, well, we didn't have Pogba, that's why City won. I don't think that's right.
I think what we've done is as well, because when I've watched City recently against Southampton and Huddersfield, they just don't have the players that Man City have. It's a mismatch. So you need seven or eight of your players to outdo better players. Whereas I look at United and I think, you know, you put Lingard on Fernandinho, you put Matic on De Bruyne, you put Herrera on Silva, you put Young on Sterling, Valencia on Sane, Martial on Walker. You know, there's lots and lots of battles there that if you win enough of those battles, you'll win the game. And I think we can go man to man with many of them. Like Valencia's just put Sane on his arse there. It's a bit worrying actually because it's a shoulder barge and Oliver gives a foul straight away. And Lingard's right in his face, which is good because he's a soft. This ref ruining it already.
He does, in my experience with him, watching the games with him as ref, he does get intimidated very easily. And he seems to favour, especially at Old Trafford, he seems to favour the away teams.
Yeah, well, he hates United. He's proved that so many times.
Well,
but it's not a good. That's a worrying start.
That's United pressing high up the pitch, which is good to see. There is, you know, City are trying to defend on the halfway line, which is a good thing, I think, with the pace of Lukaku, Rashford, and Martial. I don't think Company is that quick. He's quite injury prone as well. I think Valencia is going to have Sane in his pocket all game.
I think from the start so far, just for those, I mean, I think everyone's saying it in the live comments as well. It's City are on the ball. We're letting them have the ball.
There was a massive gap there if De Bruyne got that ball right.
Yeah, he got it wrong.
Basically, but yeah, both our central defenders got attracted to the ball, and there was a massive gap through the centre. If De Bruyne could have picked it out, Rashford down the left-hand side. Very surprised about that. Rashford on the left and Martial right.
Yeah.
I thought it would have gone the opposite way, but there's room for them to switch during the game. What? Oh, yellow card already?
Who for?
Kyle Walker.
That's not a good thing, I don't think.
Oh, it was late as well on Herrera. Very late.
Yeah, to be fair, it probably...
So it's not a good aspect that, you know, their right back's already on the yellow.
Yeah, get the ball up against him ASAP. It was a yellow card on Walker, but I am going to be consistent and say, to be honest, I'd rather he hadn't given the yellow because you don't want a yellow card in the first 3 minutes of a derby. It just messes it up, and I think Mourinho would agree with that as well.
Okay. So, you're De Bruyne on the ball.
Sloppy from United, this isn't it, Marcus, at the moment?
They're not going down the wings, so it's a good thing they're going to try and come through the middle. Long ball forward into no man's land.
Right, yeah, a little bit scrappy from United that first start. Atmosphere is rocking, says Johnny Dubb. Very important that is, but the reality is at the moment it's not really the start of the game I want. United are not getting enough of the ball. and that will quieten the crowd. This is what I spoke about a couple of days ago. Just letting City have the ball, it's too respectful, and the crowd will go quiet. You've got to get the crowd up, and the way to do that is the flanks. Use the flanks. They've got their best fullbacks on a yellow card. Their other fullback isn't a fullback. That's the way to do it. Who used to say that? That's the way to do it. Mr. Punch. And we need a bit of punch. And a nice little flick there. So yeah, Martial playing on the right is interesting. We thought he'd play on the left, but he is right-footed, so a lot of running for Lingard today. Definitely,
yeah. I think there's a massive incentive now for Rashford to attack down that left-hand side. Now Kyle Walker's on the yellow. We know how Kyle Walker likes to dive in as well. The thing that worries me from a City point of view is Sterling. We know Ashley Young's not the quickest, but we know Sterling can make a meal out of anything.
Yeah. Well, Luke Shaw's on the bench. JD says we're not pressing. I'd agree with that. And I would switch Rashford and Martial on the flanks to get him at Walker, says Nigel Jones. Yeah, Martial's got the better skills in close control. Trying to get Lukaku in for these flicks, but unfortunately we're not winning the second ball enough. And Sterling diving again. I can't stand Raheem Sterling. I will have to vent a few times in this derby because it's very tense. I hate Raheem Sterling. I feel better for it. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand him at all. Q hat-trick for Sterling just to rub it in, but I can't stand the little... I'll stop there. Screaming for a United win, says Amory. It's all City at the moment, not causing us any problems, but we're just hitting a lot of long balls. We're not getting hold of the ball. City obviously having a lot of the ball and they like a lot of the ball. That's not a foul. Oh, ref's killing me. The ref's killing this game already. He really is. He's killing it. He's giving every little thing. It's infuriating.
Otamendi going down there like a ton of bricks. Do you know what? I actually think the referee's going to have a nightmare this game. He really is. We're 7.5 minutes in already. He's given 2 things for minimal contact.
You've got to let a derby go. I mean, this is basic primary school education. When it's a derby, whether it's United, City, Liverpool, Everton, Rangers, Madrid, whatever, you've got to let a derby go, especially in the first half an hour. You don't give silly fouls. You don't give it. You just let it go. Get the momentum going. The world is watching, and that's why he's doing it. This is Michael Oliver for it. He's doing it because the world is bloody watching, and he wants it to be about him. Just soft free kicks. Right? Who's picking up him there? Because it's too much of an easy pass.
Looks to me like Herrera is trying to shadow De Bruyne.
Yeah. They've switched Sane here and Rashford's got that well. Yeah. But it's all City at the moment. We need to get hold of this ball. De Bruyne has had a lot of the ball so far, and the thing that worries me is that Man City haven't actually been playing well the last 4 games. They've been very, very lucky, and yet we're sitting back. We've been playing well.
I think, in my mind, I always expect City to have the majority of the possession, and I think really that could suit us because their centre backs they're not the quickest. And I think Lukaku, Rashford, and Martial can really do some damage providing they get the service.
I'm not happy with this start.
The service isn't happening.
I'm not happy with this start at all. I don't know what the tactics are at all. We're sitting way too back, and City, to be honest, it's just their final balls letting them down.
Come on, it just seems like we're pumping it long. But Lingard, come on. That's not a good sign there. Lingard waiting for the ball to drop with company and him pulling out, going for it.
It's 0-0, but this is not the first 10 minutes we would have wanted in a game like this, and I'm sure the crowd will echo that. But Nigel Jones is right, we're showing them way too much respect in this game, and again, I don't understand why we're showing them so much respect, because they haven't actually been playing that well recently.
It could be just a case of whether the first 10-15 minutes and then execute our game plan.
Ashley Johnson says we've got Mourinho in charge. What did you expect? Where have you been, Ashley, for the last couple of weeks? We have not played like this against Watford or Arsenal. So I'm not going to buy into this Mourinho negative myth. Although, what I would say is, at the moment, maybe he is showing a little bit too much respect to City, who, well in by Smalling, Lukaku will be offside there. I'm getting a bit agitated because I just don't think this is the start that we wanted. We showed 77% from possession for Man City at Old Trafford. Right, here's Rashford.
Rashford, come on, Rashford. Lukaku, too hard. A little bit too hard.
He'd have been in if he got that right.
Yeah. He would have been on his favoured left foot as well.
They're looking for that diagonal to Ashley Young all the time, and Sane's switched to the right-hand side now against Young.
But again, it's that left-hand side, Mark. You know, we highlighted it, you know, quite a few times at the start of the season. It's the weak point.
Yeah. God, Sterling had the ball in the box there. I bet he was itching to go down.
Herrera did well with a good interception there. Come on, push out.
Yeah, it's backs to the wall at the moment, folks.
Oh, Valencia, he's read that well. Here we go. Right, Lukaku, hold it up. Where's the support?
Well, the bad thing is at the moment is that United, City are flying into the tackles as well. You know, really flying in, and you know we need to. I think everyone just needs to kick up the arse. Timo's right. United look a bit scared at the moment, which is not what we expected from United.
No, you think for a derby game, you know, the passion, the intent would be in there, but so far we've not really seen it. Very sloppy, coming out from the back.
Like Lukaku wins ahead of there, and it just Silva, who is their attacking midfielder, picks it up in acres of space. You know, where is? Oh, I don't know. This is not. I think if United are going to win this one, it's going to be 1-0 as I predicted, because I don't see what attacking intent we've even though we've picked a very attacking team, he's going to book Matic for that surely.
No, he didn't. Surely he didn't even touch him. He's jumped over and gone down, yeah. He jumped over and gone down. So, yeah, look, his left foot.
There was contact. He's lucky it's not a yellow card. In fact, to be fair play to Michael Oliver, I thought he'd have that one out quick. But, yeah, it was a dive, but there was connection there. But we are parking the bus at home at the moment, I would say. But whether we're parking the bus or not, or whether we're just not passing the ball out the back very well, I don't know. But cross for City, they should not be scoring from crosses, not with the height that we've got.
Should have been a shout there.
Look at him diving in the box, cheating little cretin. Otamendi this time.
No, he's just clattered into Herrera.
Never a penalty. No one's even looking. No one's even looking. Rojo shoving Otamendi.
I'll tell you what, I hope Rojo does a solid tackle today. I really do. Just to get the crowd up and get the fans going for it.
WD, there's your shout out. Nearly an own goal there off Matic. This was always my concern, really, is that when we've had Pogba this season, we've looked very, very expansive. When we haven't had Pogba, we've looked out of ideas, and in the first 15 minutes, we look out of ideas, unfortunately. Long time to go, though. But as you said, Marcus, and as many people have said, it's not like there's anything on the bench.
No, there isn't. It's a very defensive bench. We got, 3 defenders, a defensive midfielder in McTominay. Mata can make a difference, but like Alex said before, Zlatan really is the only attacking option. But it's a slow attacking option. So that for me is where, yeah, even if he wasn't going to play Mkhitaryan, just have him on the bench as a name, you know, as an option there, just so it strikes a bit of fear light in City. So Sterling going across, good save, Dave. Smalling followed him, tracked him.
I think we're in trouble. I don't like saying that, but I can watch a football game and see what's happening, and we're in trouble. Whatever this tactic is, it's not going to work for long. It's basically just waiting for City to carve us open. We are, you know, it's not working. He needs to change it. Whatever his plan is, it's not good.
Good tackle, Valencia. Get in there. There was a foul on Martial. Yeah, that'll do. No, I don't think we're in trouble, mate. It's only been 15 minutes. We knew what they were going to come and do.
Yeah, but I think we're showing them too much respect. I don't think City are all that. And at the moment, we're just giving them all the ball. And you know, it's a bit like Liverpool, isn't it? It's a bit like playing a high line. Liverpool are a good team on the break. Man City are a good team when you give them the ball, and we're giving them the ball.
But to be fair to us, we've not really strung, you know, 2 or 3 passes together. So
here we go. Look, one pass from the top. He's got Rojo one-on-one. He's gone past Rojo.
Right.
Should have scored.
So he should have, yeah. But yeah, that could be the wake-up call United need.
Yeah. You can go to Watford and Arsenal and win, but you cannot get schooled by Man City at home. Miniza King 47 says United don't look up for it. Peter Doyle saying City having all the chances, we need to wake up. I think that's the general consensus from the live comments at the moment, is that United just don't look up for it. I'm sure there's a plan. And maybe that is to conserve energy. But
yeah, I mean, don't forget as well, they travelled, didn't they, during the week away, Champions League.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of travelling as well.
Here we go. This is where you've got to use it. Matic.
Right, good ball. Go on, Lukaku. Take it down.
It's too long again. I think Martial was the pass there as well, to be fair. Horrible passing, says haha banter. Yep. Keep overplaying the ball, says Michael Clegg. Obviously playing to negative tactic once again by Mourinho, says David Webster. I mean, Matic just started to make a couple of interceptions, which is good. Martial, here we go.
Go on, lad.
Put him in.
There's a space to... Who's that, Rashford? Yeah. Come on.
Rashford and Martial have got to run with the ball. What's that? It's a waste. No, it's not the time for Hollywood crosses, Rashford. You had Martial on the overlap there. Give him the bloody ball. He gave it you.
Don't mess up. I think that's probably the tactic, Mark. You know, we can see City playing a high line.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think, well, Mourinho knows that, you know, Company and Otamendi, they're not the quickest of centre backs. Lukaku's got the beating of them. Rashford down the left hand side with Walker on a yellow. That's interesting. Martial, it just seems a bit of a waste of time going down the right hand side because he's being doubled up on at the minute. So again, Rojo, hopeless long ball. Just give possession straight back to City.
A lot of people worried in the live comments. Look, we're 0-0. Nothing's happened yet. But without adding fuel to the anxiety fire, you know, I agree with what Alex said. This is the Premier League showdown. Lose it, and I think the Premier League's gone. So we've got to win. We've got to win. And at the moment, we've done nothing that if a neutral was watching, you would say Man City are the better side.
Go on, Martial. Don't turn him. That'll do. How's he giving that the other way?
Yeah, it did go off Martial, to be fair. I thought it was. I think he was trying to mug him off a bit. But Matic has had a good start anyway, which is important. Him and Herrera are going to be very important today. I think Lingard needs to have a better game. I don't want him to start believing his hype. He's obviously scored 2 good goals against Arsenal and played well against Watford, but this is another level. This is, you know, I think Deece TV says we're playing like with the away team. And a shot there straight in at De Gea. Yeah, we need more from Lingard. That position is really important. There's knockdowns there to be won from Lukaku, and he's got to get at Fernandinho more. But in fairness, we know the number 10 position is a problem. It's been a problem for months, and you know, Lingard, for all he's been playing well recently, I don't really think he's first team standard. I think he's a bench player. So you know, it just shows you the depth of problems that we have. I mean, there's nobody we can bring on for Matic or Herrera tonight. There's nobody. You're going to have to put Lindelof or Phil Jones in there, or a kid. No.
Oh,
diving again.
Now,
could be a yellow card. That.
Come on, yeah. Where's the yellow? Oh. Do you know what? The way we're set up here without the ball. Seems like it's a 4-4-2.
Yeah, yeah. Well in Smalling.
Right.
Here we go.
Look at
Martial,
right.
Rashford, you've got to get bombing on there. Go on,
Martial. He's trying. Lingard, unlucky.
It's a foul.
Unlucky.
He's not given the foul on Martial. It's late. Oh, this referee.
Oh, we've got it again.
Oh, come on!
Oh, ref.
Yellow card.
Ref.
Company, you little dirty cretin. He's not even going to book him. He's not even going to book him.
Studs well. Studs eye. What is he doing? This guy needs glasses.
Let's watch it back. Through on Herrera.
Studs eye.
Oh no, to be fair, I'm going to give fair play. Ref gets that right. It studs up, but he gets the ball. It's a foul. It's not a yellow. It looked bad. I'm not going to be biased. There's no need for it. And to be fair, the penalty looked a bit dodgy. The penalty shout. Let's have a look.
No,
he could have stayed on his feet, but
yeah, no.
Yeah, it was the company thing wasn't a yellow. I'm not going to, you know, get sensational about it. It wasn't. It was risky, but it wasn't. He got the ball. We go again. But we need that. To be honest, though, I think those sort of moments are good, Marcus, because it will get, you know, the injustice will get the crowd going. It gets us going, doesn't it? So
yeah, you know, I mean, you want the referee in to be fair, mate, but I think in a game like this, City can have the ref. We've got the fans, so 12v12 in a way. But there's got to be a couple of crunching tackles here to get the crowd up.
And again, I just saw it there. That penalty wasn't given. And I've just had an email come up on my screen. Kids' school closed tomorrow. Lucky, I'll be at work. But it's Fernandinho. Even minutes after that penalty, is right at the referee moaning. I've spoken about that all week. It's one of Pep's biggest tactics. He's done it at Barcelona, Bayern, and he does it at City. Badger the referee, keep getting in the referee's ear about injustice, and then dive. And then the next time when you dive, you'll probably get it. If you dive enough, you'll get one.
Yeah.
Fernandinho, you're never going to beat the hair there. Yeah. Sit down and go home. Shooting from 30 yards out, get lost. Tense. It's a tense game. We are playing it like the away team, but
Sure, that's not necessarily a bad thing though, because the more confidence City get, you know, the more we can kill that confidence on the counter attack.
We need to just keep hold of the ball better.
Yeah, I mean every time we're coming out from the back, it's just going long.
I think it just shows how reliant we are on Pogba, because whenever Pogba doesn't play, we just seem to run out of ideas in relation to ball potential. Ref's upsetting people again.
He's given that foul there, and it was a perfect challenge from Matic on Sane going out for a header.
Yeah.
And he's give it just because Sane sat his arse on the floor.
I mean, people in the comments are acting like, you know, on about the ref. I can't say anything more. I spoke about it all week. He's a terrible referee. He really is. It's not. I wasn't hyping it up. We never mentioned the referee for the Arsenal game, and that was potentially a you know, very difficult game at the Emirates where you want a strong referee. I can't even remember who the referee was. But Oliver, he's a bad referee. He's a bad referee. We are a bit of a long ball United at the moment, Red Jedi, I have to agree. But I think hopefully a couple of, you know, the referee could help us in this game, because if he keeps making silly decisions, it gets the crowd up, it gets the injustice levels up. But I don't think we're doing enough at the moment. I mean, all we're doing is just letting City get more and more confident. I mean, David Silva's carried the ball from the halfway line there for 40 yards. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You've got Raheem Sterling running around like Lionel Messi, and he's rubbish. They're getting the ball and they're pointing where they want to pass the ball. They're pressing us, which is, you know, to be fair, that's the Pep way.
Yeah, they're trying to play it. They're trying to, you know, walk it into, which ain't going to work, because they know they can't beat De Gea and see, you know, basically score from there. But United's tactic at the minute is just long ball from the back, and hopefully someone gets on the end of it.
Yeah, TNT Vlogs, Man United has got to start attacking and stop defending. Mustafa Gaming, we're just playing long balls. And Mark Bolton on that point says, can Rojo please stop playing long balls? Ben Delaney says, I would have liked to see an Ibra start. I don't see how Zlatan fits in a game like this, even off the bench. I don't see how he fits in, because he ain't got the pace. And this is a very quick paced game, and we're not playing high enough up the pitch to use Zlatan. You know, we're not putting crosses in the box. We don't think we've put one in the box yet.
No, we haven't. No, we've not.
All this talk about as aerial threat, we've not got near having a cross into the box yet.
No, you know, we're nearly, what, 27 minutes in?
Yeah.
And we've not had a shot yet at all. Ederson's had nothing to do.
And I do think as well that if we go behind in this game, the way City are set up, we'd really struggle to get back into it.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that, mate. Especially with the way we are playing, because we just can't muster anything on goal at all.
No, and I don't think we're defending that well either. They seem to be doing getting a lot of space, I mean, Jesus, there, look, he's inside the box, unmarked. They've got the free. Silva and De Bruyne have got the freedom of Old Trafford at the moment.
I'm just looking at the most touches there. Look, De Bruyne 29 touches, joint second. Otamendi 32. Sterling 25.
Yeah, this isn't going to do United any good in relation to the critics. But as I said, I think Mourinho's earned the right from the last two good performances to see what he can do, and hopefully he'll get it right. I mean, City haven't really created a great chance yet, have they? So go on, Lingard.
No, here we go.
Here we go.
Go on, Lingard.
Oh, he's got to be stronger. He's got to be stronger there. He's got to be stronger there. He was through. He's basically shoulder to shoulder with Walker, and he's got the pace on him. And Walker just bodies him off it. It's not strong enough.
I think that's Lukaku, mate. That's a shot on goal.
Yeah. Lingard's lack of upper body strength there is just poor. That's an opportunity, that is. And he just gets shrugged off it too easily. It looked like he had the right side of him as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Walker's on the left side, but I think that's pretty clear now what the tactic is, because City commit so many men forward.
Yeah.
Mourinho's definitely relying on the counter-attack. Hopefully it pays off. I pray it pays off. But the problem is trying to get the ball off them, isn't it? Because they don't make many mistakes in possession. I mean, even Otamendi and company's coming into our half. Come on, United. Press Herrera, come on. Lingard should be going to him, not standing there.
Oh my God. Good block by Rojo, but how is everyone... It's shocking. Absolutely shocking defending there. I mean, Sterling's got acres of space in the box. It's just one pass through. It's not good. This is not good. There's nothing good about United's performance. We're standing off again and giving somebody a shot from 30 yards. It's like we're playing with 10 men. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what is going on.
Otamendi would have shot there from 25, 30 yards, but there was a ball on to Sterling right through the middle. He could have quite easily slipped him in, and it would have split Smalling and Jones completely. Rojo, sorry.
Jesus Christ, Sterling there. I mean, first touch he got that right, and he's basically got a shot on goal from the penalty spot just from one pass. They're playing Sterling up front at the moment. They switched Jesus to left wing ages ago and put Sane out on the right. They did it for about 5 minutes with Sterling on the right and Sane on the left and Jesus up front. But Jesus has been playing on their left wing for ages. I mean, that just shows you, Pep has changed things very, very quickly. Whereas United are just not responded. We're just sticking to this same plan, which, to be honest, at the moment is a bit... go on, Lingard. Upper body strength, well done.
There we go. There we go.
That's the one. What's he doing? He's giving a bloody foul! Oh my God!
Ref, come on.
Ref's giving fouls for shoulder barges in Derby.
No way. No way. Absolutely no way.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
That was a good old-fashioned shoulder barge. But you know what? The ref should be taken into consideration there, right? Look how skinny Lingard is compared to Otamendi.
Well, exactly, yeah. Well, somebody just said, James O'Hay, to be fair, said not one shot on goal. Not one shot on goal in 32 minutes, not one corner. We know that Manchester City are not very good in the air, and we're just not imposing ourselves on this game at all. It's shocking. Shocking. Really shocked. Because it's actually a very attacking lineup. And
Sterling's in here.
Well in, Ashley Young. And there's a foul.
Yep. Go on, Rojo, tell him. Tell him. Diving prat.
No, he's going to talk to Rojo. I think Sterling left his foot in.
Well, United, Valencia's not happy. Rojo obviously not happy. Smalling wasn't happy about it.
No,
yeah.
There wasn't a hell of a lot in it, I don't think.
No, but I think the fact that he's jumped and gone in with an arm. I think
We're not winning the second balls as well, which is disappointing.
Rojo, go on, Rojo.
He's going to
book for that. Clash of heads. Go on, what's Pep going in front of Joe? Go on, Jose, tell him, get in your own area. No.
Yeah, he'll get booked for that. 100%.
Yeah, he's already, of course, he's probably already got the card out for him ready.
Terrible ref. Yeah. Rojo in the book.
Have a look around, Silver. See where the ref is. Go on. Well, Rojo's bleeding.
Rojo head bleeding and he's going to get booked.
He's gushing. He's not too happy so far, Matthew.
It's a yellow card. He's got it in his hands already. Some people are talking about red cards. It's a yellow card. Silver's up. There's nothing wrong with bloody Silver. Rojo's the one down with head pushing from his head. And it's a fact. He's going to get subbed as well.
Changing him.
Yeah, book him then, Oliver. The joke's on you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's not happy, look. Who's going on? Lindelof, probably.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
Or Jones? No, it'd be Jones, I think.
Yeah.
Although Jones would be a risk. Because they can't tell who it is because they've got everything on. I think it might be Lindelof.
I think Lindelof, mate, yeah.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, you couldn't risk Phil Jones, could you, really?
Do you know what? I really can't see how he can brandish a yellow card for that. They've both gone out, clash of heads, obviously, because Rojo's bleeding, and he's going to book him for it.
Nick says this game explains the difference between Pep and Mourinho. Pep attacks, Mourinho defends. You know what? I'm not going to... You know, I love Mourinho, as everyone knows, and I don't like Pep. But I don't pick the tactics, and I wouldn't have done this today. I think we are... I can't see at the moment, Marcus, or anybody at home, how we're going to win this game that we need to win when we've not even had a corner. We've not even had a shot on goal.
No, you're right in that sense, but I wouldn't say... I would say don't. It's not too much cause for concern, because I think the second half, now he knows how City is set up. I think the second half it'll be a completely different game from United. I think United will be pressing a lot more higher up, and the intent will be there as well. I've got to say, mate, I do like Rojo's tattoos.
Yeah, I hate tattoos. Rojo's warming up. Lindelof, Rojo's looking like he wants to stay on.
He might be alright.
Yeah, look. He's got a big old bump on his head. I mean, that's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, this is it. Look, that's rubbish. And I think that's Martial's fault as well.
Yeah.
Well done, Valencia.
Oh,
book him for that. Right behind. Oh my God. You are a joke, Michael Oliver. He absolutely trips Martial up from behind. It's blatant and he doesn't give anything. He gives us a free kick. It's just, you know, anywhere on the pitch, that is a yellow card. He trips him up and it's not a yellow card. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This referee, you are a disgrace, mate. You are an absolute disgrace. But we knew it before the game anyway. Right, Rojo's got a stocking round his head. Looks like he's off to do a robbery. But he's back on the pitch. I mean, to be honest, do we want Rojo back on the pitch? He seems a bit pumped. He's on a yellow card. You know, part of me thinks maybe make the substitution.
You know what? I think the passion that lad has, mate, keep him on. I really do. You know, last season he made some fantastic tackles that he probably should have been sent off for. So yeah, I would say keep him on. My worry is they seem to be targeting Ashley Young an awful lot.
Yeah, well, it is our weak area, isn't it? It's good going forward, but when you're not going forward, then that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But then, I mean, you've got to think, where's Rashford? Rashford should be back there helping him.
Yeah, I don't think this... I'm quite surprised that Rashford and Martial have started this game, because off the bench we've seen what damage they can do. And we're not actually playing very attacking. So Rashford and Martial are sort of redundant. They're just fullbacks. Herrera's been turned too easy there.
Don't.
Well in actually, in fact, Herrera got turned easy there. But what I'm really pleased about is that he didn't give the foul, because he would have took a booking as well. And we just had to play it through. And Ashley Young defended really well. But we can't deal with these at the moment. We can't get out of our own half. We can't get out of our own half. It's shocking.
You're going forward. There's absolutely zero movement at all.
They're pressing us when we haven't got the ball. Then they're having about 20 minutes of possession every time they get the ball. It's the perfect storm. The perfect storm. Valentino's crying inside. I wouldn't go that far. I just think when City score, and they would be favourites at the moment, Marcus, I can't see where we get back. Well, we might get back in it, but we can't afford to go down in this game. Go on, Herrera.
No,
we can't. Go. You've got to get rid of the ball quicker than that.
No, if City score first, I hate to say it, but like you, I think it'll probably be curtains, because the way we're playing, there's no forward intent at all. It's just long, hopeful balls. Almost reminiscent of the Van Gaal era. But in fairness to United, you know, City, you know, we've seen them all season. They do hold on to the ball very well. But thankfully, our defence has stood up to the task so far. Come on, Lingard, put your foot in.
That's it.
You didn't, because the ref gives you the double, do you?
He's given the foul there for what? For what?
He really is. I mean, I'm going to put my hands up and say Man City are definitely the better team in this half, but the referee's certainly given him a lot of help. He's been really bad. But we saw it a million miles coming off, and it's not a shock. It's obviously very disappointing, and I'm not saying that a decent referee would make United any better, but you certainly need. I mean, he's played a play on there. He was going to give a foul for a 50-50 there, but because City have kept the ball.
Come on, clear it, one. Go on, Matic, take charge. That's it.
Oh, Rashford!
Get it away, man.
This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't know what.
Lukaku is just chasing his own flick-ons, and that is never a good sign. There's no support with him at all. We've got two players going on Delph there. Look, absolutely.
Yeah, and that leaves us exposed now. Lingard's left his man Fernandinho, so. Tell you what, wouldn't surprise me if United went and scored in a minute, because it's so obvious that City are going to get ahead in a minute that you just wonder whether it's just going to be that sort of a. Here they've got men stacked here. What are we doing? Sterling's stupid there. He had Hazes stacked. Luckily, he hasn't got a football brain. Oh, Ashley Young! Was that a save on the bar? If that's a save from De Gea, that's world class.
Yeah, I think it was. He got his hand to it. But actually, you can see the flight of the ball there. Look, you should have known he was underneath it.
That's world class from De Gea.
I think you'd expect De Gea to make that save. It is virtually right at him, at his near post. But brilliant save nonetheless.
There we go. 1-0.
1-0, yeah.
See that coming.
Yeah.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Shouldn't reach the beating of them in height. How that ball travels through from the corner, I don't know. It just sort of trickled through there. We pushed out and David Silva's just nicked in and yeah, he's onside. Look, Ashley Young's playing him on.
Shocking. You know what? I think we've defended well in the last few games, but we've defended shocking tonight. Lukaku actually gets the assist.
Yeah.
As we said it, you know, I'm absolutely furious inside. I'm sure many United fans are furious inside. You expect your team to turn up, but this goal's been coming for, what minute are we in? 40 minutes. We're out this game. Red Devils is right. This was inevitable. It was inevitable after 5 minutes. And why Mourinho has not changed it? Maybe he feels he can't change it. But it's rubbish. I can't see a goal. We haven't even had a shot on goal. It's been total domination from Man City. It's been total effort from Man City. You know, we called Man City mercenaries. It's going to be cold. They're not going to be up for it. Well, there's only one team of mercenaries out there at the moment, and they're wearing red. They're an absolute disgrace. They're a shambles. Shambolic, and I include Martial, who's my favourite player, Rashford, Herrera, everybody. Shambolic, and to go 1-0 down was inevitable. But
it's only now we're going forward. Look,
yeah,
got a corner.
Shambolic, absolute rubbish, and we go and get a corner up the other end. Sean Atwood makes a contribution. Does City have an invisible electric fence around their 18-yard box, or are our front four scared to go near it? We need to attack. I think Rashford's woefully out of form, by the way, and he's just done nothing in this game. But the limitations of the squad are real, aren't they? You've got no Pogba, no Fellaini.
Oh, Matic. Get it back in there, mate. Don't look, just get it back in.
We need a bloody miracle, because City have got so many options, and we
Herrera, come on. Ball in. No, Smalling, don't go for glory. Do you know what? I think second half.
He's played it on. There's a bloody foul on Smalling. That was. This is 2-0 now. This is going to be 2-0. We're in all sorts of trouble. Oh no! Thank God De Bruyne can't pass for once. Well, it's taken us 1-0 down. Taken us 1-0. Martial, he needs to do something amazing here.
Yeah.
Come on, boys.
Unlucky.
Wow, it was a decent bit of skill from Martial. Takes us 1-0 to actually do something.
So I think now, I know it's a bit early, but for me, half-time change, mate. Lingard off, Zlatan on for me. Go 2 straight up top. Cannot afford to lose this game. A draw we probably get away with because it is a long season, but there's no goal. There's no forward threat. 44th minute is took for a shot on goal.
This is, you know, I don't know how we're going to get back in this game because I just think the players just been awful. Without Pogba, we just look mid-table, don't we? Really, let's be honest.
De Gea's just giving it straight away. Get up.
Get up.
Book him. Why won't he book anyone for diving?
That's the second one as well in the first half.
Yeah.
Do something, boys. Come on. Too long.
Oh,
You know what? I said it was passion versus Pep, and really it's been United versus passion and Pep because his players have shown far more desire and passion. I mean, they look like they want to be title winners. We look like we're just not in. Although...
Hang on.
Yes! Come on! City mistake! Get in! Get in! Rashford! That's a gift! That's a Christmas gift! Come on! Delph makes the mistake. Whoa! That'll shut him up. Get in! Get in! Rashford from nowhere, and he's pumping the crowd up.
It's come, they've swapped sides, Martial and Rashford. They swapped sides a few minutes ago.
It's just terrible defending by City. If you're a City, well, I don't care. Sit down if you're a City fan. It's out of nothing, and to be honest, it's out of nothing. It's just a long ball that City should deal with, and Rashford's through one-on-one, puts it away, and we'll come out of that half absolutely bang on it. Bang on it, as you were.
Yeah, but let's not be under no illusions here. We have not played well this first half.
No, we haven't.
We've not played well, and that goal has come from a mistake. But you know, Rashford come out to the right hand side. Martial's on the left hand side where he feels more comfortable. And I don't think really it's come as a surprise that as soon as they switch sides, we look a bit more threatening. I mean, Martial, as soon as he went out that left-hand side, he had the one-on-one with Walker that Ederson saved.
It just goes to show we should attack them. I definitely agree with that.
I'll tell him, get up, go on.
yeah.
Well, Fernandinho kicked out, and then he's pretending something's happened on the floor. I agree. We need to attack Champion Eric, but we needed that. We've not had a hell of a lot of luck this season, and in a game where we've been absolutely dominated, and City will certainly feel they deserve to be 1-0 up because they do. All that work from them, and we could go in 1-1, which I think we're very, very lucky, and hopefully it will just give us that impetus to do something in the second half because. We can't lose this game, and at the moment, I don't know, Marcus. It's a funny old one. Would you just take a draw to get out of this game because we're so far behind, or not?
I think in terms of the performance in the first half, mate, yeah, definitely. Because you know, like I said just now, we have not been good at all. City have had the majority of the possession, and it took the swapping of Martial and Rashford to actually muster a shot on goal. On the 44th minute, we had the corner. 45th minute, we had the shot. 47th minute, we scored a goal. So, definitely, I would take a point based on our first half performance. Definitely.
Yeah.
But I still believe that I know Lingard's got the passion in there and he's trying to get the fans up and he's going into tackles. But I think this game could probably do with Zlatan. It could, and just go 2 up front, 2 big lads up front, one to get the header, the other one to chase the flick on.
Ross, can you hear me? I'm trying to add Ross in. Sorry. If you get on the call, Ross, just speak. But
I'm here, mate.
Yeah, he's here now. What? Give us your thoughts. Marcus saying there he'd take the draw right now. I mean, I think for anybody who's watching it, and I'm sure most people are, that sounds very defeatist. But we are very lucky to be 1-1. I thought we were a shambles. I thought we sat back. We're meant to be at Old Trafford. It's like being at the Etihad. Awful half from United. But we come out of it 1-1. What does Mourinho do, Ross? How does he change it? Because it's just been awful. Total domination from City. And yeah, we're 1-1 at the moment. But 10 minutes ago when they got that goal, I thought that's it. Title's gone in December because we are not getting back into this game.
Yeah, look, we always knew they were going to dominate possession. It's the lack of chances on the break that we're creating, which is frustrating. But we do go in at 1-0. I did say before the game that it will probably take a goal I said we'll probably concede today and go down first and we'll wake up. And it's exactly what we've done. And I think Jose and the team need to learn from that and go out the second half like we played the last 5 minutes of that first half. Because when we attack them, they look shaky. And on the break, look, they were getting chances against us on the break. But I think we've got to take them risks today. I think there's been a lot of poor performances from United collectively. But overall, mate, 1-0 at half time, you can't knock it. But Marcus is right in what he's saying. I agree, Marcus. But on the other hand, there's a little piece in the back of your head that goes, let's go at them, let's get at them, let's win this game.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is as well, I'll let Marcus come in there, but also it's very, very important to mention this. If we conceded that goal that City did, we'd be in meltdown. But that just shows you, as good as City are at keeping the ball and tiki-taka and all that, defensively that goal's shocking. It's a long ball from the left-back position on the halfway line. Two defenders miss it. Delph doesn't do anything with it, and then Rashford's in one-on-one. I mean, their defence is shaky. Now, I agree with what a lot of people are saying in the live comments, Marcus, that, look, I understand Man City are a decent team, but we are sitting back and creating nothing. They've still scored. They were still 1-0 up. They've still scored with us sitting back. So we may as well be a bit more adventurous because their defence is terrible. But maybe we're trying to do that. But the ball out from back to front is slow. We're not winning second balls. But I don't think there's anything on. I mean, Zlatan doesn't suit this game, but you think you would bring Zlatan on?
I would bring him on, mate. Yeah, I mean, the goal. I'd take Lingard off. I don't think he's been getting into the tackles, which you want to do in a derby, get the crowd up. But I just think the buzz around the stadium, it would give us that 12th man once they see Zlatan coming on. And to be honest, having the two big guys up front with strength, the power. We know Zlatan hates Pep as well, so that goes in our favour. But for me, Lingard has not been involved, really, as a number 10. He's not. I can only remember him chasing down the ball and him getting bullied off it by Walker, yeah. Whereas, if that was Lukaku chasing that, I don't think he would have been bullied. I think he would have been through on goal and, it's 50-50 wherever he scores. But I think Zlatan would just give us that extra lift and that leadership on the pitch, a bit more incentive, a bit more guile about going forward, and I just think it would be a lift to the whole team because we've not played well. We haven't, but as a team collectively, we've not played well. It's not individuals; it's the whole team. But,
yeah, I mean, Edwin Castro said there that Martial going to the left could be key. I mean, we seemed to go 1-0 down, went down the left with Martial a couple of times and actually created stuff. He had ran at them and got a shot away. Rashford obviously scoring from the right. Walker's on a yellow card. That Martial's a very skillful player. Maybe that's something. But I think the most important thing we need to do is we know Man City are going to keep probing and they probably will score again. We won't probably get lucky again. And that was the only shot on goal we had. So we've got to be more progressive. I totally agree. I will put my hands up. And to be honest, 10 minutes ago, I thought I was going to have to put more than my hands up at 8 o'clock tonight because there'll be loads of City fans that I've been giving a lot of stick to all week are going to bury me. And a lot of you will be in that position. I'll just have to take it on the chin because that's how I felt 10 minutes ago. We're back in it. We're very lucky to be back in it. We have been awful, but that's football. And we need to do something in the second half. For me, I'm going to go pop toilet, so I'll give you lads a chance to talk. But for me, Ross, I don't think Zlatan, unless it's for Lukaku, which we've never seen him do, I'd be worried about Zlatan as a number 10 because of the mobility. But I'll be back in a minute. I'll let you have your thoughts on that.
Yeah, go on, big boy. What do you reckon?
It's ours again, mate. We have the United stand again. We've got it on lockdown. Do you know what, Marcus? I'm not going to agree with you just because I play computer games with you. I do agree. I don't think. Look, I get Mark's concerns about bringing him on, but I don't think you can go more missing than Lingard did in that half.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a problem with it. The issue with the game for me is we've got a game plan. The game plan is Rojo's the ball playing defender. Give it to him. Let him lump it up to Lukaku. Now, two things are going wrong there. One, Rojo can't hit Lukaku. Two, Lukaku's movement and his ball playing ability isn't the greatest. I think if you replace Lukaku, not replace him on the pitch, but just replace him in that position with Zlatan, let Lukaku play off a striker for once, because his key skills are that. I don't think hold-up play, bringing the ball down, winning headers, is not what he's about. So I'd like to see him brought into the game more, and I think Zlatan's the key. And you're right, mate. Old Trafford, singing the Zlatan Swedish Hero song. It will give us something to cheer on. I do want to mention... Go on, mate, go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, I mean, I know people say bring Zlatan on would slow us down, but to be fair, we've hardly ever got out of our half in the first half. So I don't think him slowing us down is going to be a problem. And like you said there, it never crossed my mind to play Lukaku off of Zlatan. I'd always, have gone with Zlatan as the number 10. But that's a good idea that you brought up there. Like Lukaku as the number 10, leave Zlatan up top. And maybe it'll work that way, because it certainly worked with Rashford and Martial swapping on the flanks.
Yeah, mate, that guy that commented, I didn't see his name, but he was spot on, because Rashford kind of has lost a bit of confidence in running at players. He picked the ball up on that left-hand side in some fantastic positions, and instead of running at the defenders, he opted to just do an early cross and stuff. I think you get Martial in them same positions, like you were saying, with Kyle Walker on a yellow card. He's gonna struggle. And you know what, me and Mark were talking before the game about City, right? We said that City would go down in the box. They've done that. Jesus should have been booked. And also, we said that City always, as soon as United will start to break, will foul us. And Jesus did that to Martial. I know it was in his own penalty area, but the break was on. He should have been booked for that as well.
45 minutes, lads.
Yeah, there was a couple of dives in the first half, so I thought, like, if he's booked Rojo for a clash of heads, and he booked Kyle Walker for his tackle on Herrera, then surely, the two dives in our box should have been carded as well. Yeah. So I think City are quite lucky to have got away with that.
Jesus should be on a yellow as well for that trip. But I was just thinking about it there, a little bit of timeout's quite good sometimes. 45 minutes. I think our season will be defined by it. Which way is it going to go, Ross?
I think it's going to go United's way. I really do. Look, we were crap that half. We've got to buck our ideas up. Jose's the master tactician. He needs to get them in, tell them what they were doing wrong, and sort it out. I was just saying to Marcus there, I mean, it seems like the tactic is give it to Rojo, lump it up to Lukaku. Well, I think Rojo's hit Lukaku once in that half. His long balls have been crap. And to be honest, the one to Rashford was crap as well, but City just messed it up. We need something different. The game plan has to change, but I am still backing us. And I look at our bench, and I think that we've got a more punishing bench than them. I know they've got Aguero, but we've got the Swedish hero, and I would agree to maybe bring him on, because I don't think it can get any worse than Lingard at the minute.
I'm just wondering if we could go to a 3-5-2. I'm trying to think how we'd do it. I wonder if that might help us in the midfield a little bit. But then you go, I think 3-5-2 makes us too defensive. Lots of people watching at the moment. Remember, if you are new to the United Stand, subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, a hologram. Click subscribe. Fantastic community. Always got the live comments. We'll be live tonight at 8 o'clock with Sunday Night Live, no matter what. It could be any show tonight. Ross will be joining me. Could be anything. We could be absolutely ecstatic party time. We could be down on the floor lonely this Christmas. Who knows? Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Skype show. Subscribe, get involved with the channel. You're very welcome. You've found a great community, and we are here lively and daily. Richard Stainer says, we need someone to put foot on the ball in the middle of the park and not be afraid to beat man or pick a pass rather than hitting it long. We miss Pogba and Carrick. I think Marcus is obviously going to stay with me for the second half, but Ross, it's not rocket science. We feared we'd miss Pogba, and we look clueless without him. We really do.
Yeah, we do, mate. I did like the comment about putting Martial on the left. I think that'll work really well. I think our best play, there's been very little of it, is when Martial's picked up in the middle and beaten 3 men. He has the ability to do that. And let's get him on the ball. Look, Rashford scored the goal, which is great, but I do think that Rashford's scared to take players on at the minute, and I don't know why, especially with Kyle Walker on a yellow card. So get Martial on the left, get him running at Kyle Walker. Let's get the man sent off, because I guarantee he will leave a leg out with Martial, because he's too quick. He's too quick. His feet are too quick. So let's play on that. Look, if City are going to cheat, go over in the box, keep fouling us when we're in our own half so we can't break. Fight fire with fire, mate.
Great. Okay, Ross. Well, I'll see you at 8 o'clock tonight, and hopefully we'll be talking about a win. But one way or another, I'm sure it's going to be a good show. I'll speak to you then.
Later,
See you later, Marcus. Catch you later, guys.
Later, mate.
Well, one thing that's important, Marcus, I think to mention is because obviously we're I wouldn't say we're on a high, but we're very relieved to be going in at 1-1. But I don't like just talking about referees because we're losing. I thought it was shocking. I thought it was absolutely shocking. I saw Draughty's tweet, in fact, to the FA saying your appointment of a man like that for a derby is disgraceful when the world's watching. He's giving free kicks for shoulder barges. He's not trying to let it go. And he has pretty much, in my mind, got it wrong and done exactly what I thought he would do. Just a very poor performance from what I think is a very poor referee. I don't even think it's all about him, him being the centre of attention. I just think he's a poor referee. He just has got no concept of the sort of game he's refereeing. Any little thing, it's a foul. Totally contrary to what you should do in a derby.
It is, yeah. The prime example of that was the Lingard Otamendi shoulder barge in the right, down the right side by the corner flag. If he had any sense, he should have took in consideration the size of, the size difference between each of those players.
Yeah.
And it's just, he's trying to make it, he's blowing up for the most silliest fouls, petty fouls. The Rojo one, the yellow for Rojo for a clash of heads is that one. That was one that was silly. The 2 dives in the box, one by, was it Jesus and Sterling?
Yeah.
On Ashley Young. Yeah, I mean, if you're not, my interpretation of the law for that is if you think it's a dive, then it's got to be a yellow card, isn't it? If you're going to wave away the penalty, so it's crossed the referee's mind because he's waved it away. So therefore, technically, he should have been a free kick to United, but he's let him go, and I don't think that's obviously not the sign of a strong referee for me.
No, I know. We'll see what happens in the second half. You know what? I already think, and I don't want to tempt fate, but I already think that they've dived a couple of times already in the box just to put that, eventually dive enough, you'll get a penalty, and that worries me. Yeah. But to be fair, the referee, whatever, United was shocking in that half. He's not the reason we were shocking, but it's a. I don't like referees like that, and I don't. I think Mourinho, to be honest, if Mourinho gets a win from this second half, he deserves a knighthood because it's going to take a hell of a lot. And they're bringing a player on, Gundogan, which is, I don't know, maybe they're going to go more attacking. I don't know what that substitution's all about yet for City.
See, I always thought of Gundogan as a defensive midfielder. I've not really seen him play as an attacking threat.
I don't know. Well, I don't know who he's on for at the moment. Silva's still on. Delph's still on, Jesus is on, Otamendi's on, Company, Sterling. So I'd say he's probably coming on for Fernandinho because De Bruyne's still on as well. So actually that's a very progressive attack move from City again. I don't know.
Yeah, but that could work in Jose's favour because Pep has played his first card straight away. A couple of people in the comments saying his Company's gone off.
Oh, I thought it was Company running off. I'm not watching on HD, so maybe it wasn't Company I saw. I presume it might have been.
So it looks to me like, what's that? 3 at the back now then for City.
Yeah, I mean, he's been adaptive, isn't he? I don't think we are.
And you know what? I think we've got to mention Rashford's finish there. We know he's not the most clinical of players, but he could have quite easily crapped his pants and scuffed it, but he didn't. He obviously went straight past Ederson and in the back of the net. So credit to Rashford.
Remember, subscribe, everyone, if you're new. We're closing in on 158,000 subscribers, so subscribe and get involved with the channel. Remember, tonight at 8 o'clock, no matter what, we're live at 8 o'clock reacting to this. And I think whatever happens, it's going to be very, very interesting, because either the title's gone, it's still on, or it's very much on. Draw, it's still on. Win, it's very much on. Lose, it's gone. And we'll be reacting to that live at 8 o'clock. So subscribe. Make sure you click your bell as well. Then you'll get notified every time we go live. But yes, I'm with you, Isaac Roblox. Come on, United. 45 minutes. This is what it's all about. And it's just got to be better than that first half, Marcus. It's got to be better, because they will... they'll find a way. They'll find a way. And I think...
Yeah, they will do. They will do. Yeah. We've seen in the last few games, what was it, Southampton and West Ham, City have not been at their best. They scraped the wins. They weren't at their best. Obviously, they made changes midweek Champions League, which I totally expected. But United, for the first half, were absolutely, I think, atrocious.
Oh, Rashford's really played 2 bad touches there in the first half. Not good enough.
Lindelof's on for Rojo.
All right, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I've just seen number 2 there. That's Lindelof, isn't it?
Yeah. So he took Rojo off. I think, to be fair, head injuries are head injuries, aren't they? And he's on a yellow card, so head injuries can affect judgment. You don't want to... So Lindelof again, being trusted in a big game.
Right, free kick, right. Sterling commits the foul.
But if I was talking about that first half in relation to a boxing match, I think, you know, they've jabbed away, they've had us on the ropes, and I think just right before the bell, we just threw a punch. And you know, because it was just a rubbish long ball, and it led to a chance. And I think we just took a puncher's chance and threw a punch, and we've caught them on the eye and we've cut them. And I'm sure they're going to still keep jabbing away, but it's whether that we can turn that lucky punch into something more significant and start fighting our way back into this game, because it is, for me, it's for the championship belt. It really is.
Yeah. A couple of people in comments saying the timer, Mark.
Yeah, I'm going to put it back on in a minute. Yeah. Silva's just had a really good run there. Skipped through 3 or 4 of our players, which is not good to see. So we are, what, 2 minutes in?
Yeah. Come on. I think by the looks of it, the way the second half started, mate, it's pretty much going to be the same as the first half.
Oh, God.
You know, Silva's, luckily, Matic is there to clear it out. Was that Herrera? Matic, yeah. Martial. Right, Lukaku, turn and run. Go on, use your pace, use your power. There we go.
Bad first touch. Let's Kyle Walker back.
Yeah.
Got to get it out his feet. He's got no touch, has he? I'll find it in a minute. My timer is going, everybody. I've just lost where it is on my thing.
Get up. Oh, unlucky. Herrera could have nicked it off Otamendi there. Dilly and bat with it. Oh. Come on, look, don't need 2 of you. Oh, there we go. Lead off.
Strong. Well done.
That's it. But I'm very interested to see how Lindelof manages this game.
There's the timer up and running. Lindelof's on for Rojo 14 YouTube. Yeah, we missed that. We were all focused on the Gundogan sub for City, that we missed the fact that Rojo's gone off for Lindelof. But we're just playing the same tactic again. I mean, it's very easy to be critical of the tactic, but I did say this before the start of the game. No Fellaini, no Rojo now, no Bailly, no Pogba. You know, oh, Rashford.
Jesus has danced through Valencia and Rashford there. Yeah, it's pretty much more of the same, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, go. He's giving it to Martial in a difficult position there.
Yeah. Still got it though, come on kid.
It's just very hard for us to keep possession of the ball, because City are really pressing us, and we've just been rubbish on the ball today. I think if we'd kept hold of the ball a bit better, for a team at Old Trafford, we've just been really bad on the ball.
Yeah, I think that's probably what Jose said. when you get possession of the ball, make sure you do something that counts.
But Herrera there, he's got a pass forward and he's playing it backwards, and he never used to be like that.
Probably just trying to slow the game down, mate. But the forward movement has not been great all game. Carl Walker's pushing Martial back. So you've got to pick it up deeper. Lingard there is the one to...
That's better by Lingard. Oh,
there we go. Well done, kid.
Cross it.
Oh, too many touches again, mate.
Him and Rashford are the same, Lingard and Rashford. Too many touches. Put the cross in the box. I think we're in for a very tense half. I really do.
I think we'll probably see more possession from United than what the first half was. City are leaving Sterling and Jesus up front, pressurised Lindelof and Valencia. Then again, long kick up by De Gea and straight back to City. We got it back. There we go.
Now, right, put Martial in. Go on, Martial. Give it now. Give it now. Oh. Right. Oh. Tell you what, Lingard nearly gets on across there. We've committed men, though. This is not what you want. They're running at our back four. Right. Well done, Lindelof. Good play. Well done, lad. Shoulder barge, I think, Sterling off. Went a bit end to end there, but for it to be end to end, you've got to try and attack yourselves, hasn't you? We did attack. Martial to Rashford, cross comes in. Lingard's looking for the flick on, and it doesn't happen. And then City are up the other end. But fortune favours the brave. Massively miss Pogba, though. We do. We really miss Pogba. We really do.
Oh yeah, we miss his creativity and his all-round play, but the Herrera's should be stepping up. Even if Mkhitaryan was in the first 11, it's down to these players to step up and show they're worth a place in the side.
Yeah,
this is why we've got these players.
I mean, bloody City have still got Aguero to come on. That's worrying.
Yeah, but we got Zlatan.
I don't know. I think Zlatan's only useful if we're going to play him in the Lukaku position, and he's never took Lukaku off in 4 months. So,
well, do you know what? Ross brought up a good point while he was taking a lead. I mean, Ross was saying, play Zlatan as the number 9 and play Lukaku off him. I actually never thought about that. I always just assumed that Lukaku gets shoved out to the right-hand side, and that's that,
I don't know. I'd like to see City get a bit tired because they've pressed and they've worked the ball hard. I think that would help us a lot, but that's poor by Lukaku. Really poor. He's not having a good game. It's all right throwing your hands up. You're the one who laid it off like a clown.
Tackle Herrera. He's give it.
Oh. Bent red.
Oh, mate, I really wish I could swear I do.
So do I. Bite your lip.
I can't believe it. I can't believe he's give that one. I really can't.
Is it a free kick?
Yeah. He give it, And Herrera got a touch on the ball as well. All he's done is got to go round him. He's got his right leg right round Jesus, and he's kicked the ball away, and the refs give it.
Scott's asking who came off for...
Lukaku, 2-1.
Lukaku again. Lukaku's got 2 assists in this for City.
What?
When you want to clear up...
Lukaku is gifted.
Get Shutter in. Fucking useless.
What is he doing?
So the cross comes in, Lukaku's got no one near him and clears it with his right foot against the defender, then it bounces to City for another tap in. The first goal in the first half, he headed it to Silva. He's got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Lukaku's got 2 assists. I means Man City don't need gifts. They really don't.
In all fairness, Mark, it wasn't a foul in the first place.
I thought, you know, I'm not.
Foul.
I don't want to be. I thought it was a foul, to be honest. That's why I didn't mention anything. But soft, yes, yeah, soft. But you can't. You know, United should never concede a goal against Man City from a cross. Never. And Lukaku's won both the crosses, but unfortunately, his. I mean, that's just shocking, that is. Mourinho cannot defend that. And I'm sorry, there's a lot of people who don't like Lukaku, and all that's going to happen now is he's going to get a hell of a lot of stick, because a player at the top quality level, no, that should not ever happen. And they're going to bring Mangala on now, who's just somebody who's decent in the air. You can't, you know, we got a lucky goal against Man City, to be honest.
Mourinho, even if Lukaku words before he put them there. So was he taking them nose?
So it looks like now.
The thing is, though, Marcus, if you take that back, just before the Herrera foul, Lukaku's first touch, he laid it off to a City player, which caused the City attack. Then Herrera gives the foul away, whether it's a foul or not. Then the cross comes in, Lukaku's totally unmarked, and what is he doing? Blasting it into a crowd of players like that. It's just really poor, really poor. I would take Lukaku off for Zlatan. I would not keep Lukaku on the pitch.
The only defence I could give him would be the fact that he's tried to clear it with his right foot, which we all know he's heavily left-footed. That's the only excuse I can make for him. He's got all the time there. You know, he could have quite easily just side-footed it out. You know, sort of like passed it out. But he's gone for a blast with his right foot, so he's obviously gone to clear it. You know, get it out into row Z, and it's backfired on him. Completely backfired.
It's just massively galling because both goals have been assisted by Lukaku's poor defending in the box.
The thing is, though, it's games like this where you're going to get the people come out and say they always wanted Morata, and what a waste of money. It doesn't help his cause.
Well, Morata was awful for West Ham yesterday, so I think those people can sit down, to be fair. But, you know, I like Lukaku. I like what he brings to the team, but today what he's brought to the team is 2 assists for City. And they don't need Lukaku providing assists. They've got David Silva and De Bruyne. You know, they don't need handouts like that. And, you know, he did head it down for Silva inexplicably, and he's just given him a goal there. It's I mean, United have been better this second half, I've got to say, but it couldn't be much worse, to be honest.
But you know, it just seems like, I've got to be honest, mate. Watching the reaction from United, it just seems like they've had the stuffing knocked out of them.
Yeah, because it's not, you can't get back into a game and then give something up like that. The problem is, let me just read this live comment because it's whizzed by. City are making it. He's just Pep's bang, 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 bang. He's very quick to make his changes. They're taking off Jesus and they're bringing on a defender. Tay Create says, I'm a United fan, but home support is woeful at times. Well, I've got to defend the fans, really, because I said this all week. The fans will respond to the play on the pitch. It's very hard to be chanting enthusiastically when you're just watching your team sit back and do nothing. It's very hard. Very, very hard indeed. And you'll get phases of it, but you won't get it constantly, which is what we needed in this game. So that is difficult, but I don't know.
Well, I still believe we can get something out of it, but it's an uphill struggle, isn't it? After the first half, we've been slightly better in the second half.
Well, Lukaku's winning all these flick-ons, but no one's running for them.
No one's catching. No.
So I don't know. He was doing that in the first half. I don't know what these flick-ons are for, because no one's actually trying to make the run beyond it. My worry is that Lukaku should come off. I don't know what you think. Lukaku should come off. He won't take Lukaku off. He'll take Rashford or Martial off for Zlatan. And actually, it's got to be Lukaku, because...
No, do you know what? I'm still take Lingard off. If Lukaku's winning the flick-ons, then I would say do what Big Boy said, like let Lukaku run off Zlatan. See how that goes, and I'd get him off now. I'd make the change now before it's too late. there's a good 30 minutes still left in this. Enough time to turn it around, possibly enough time to win it. Well, we know there's enough time to win it. You know, look at the Champions League final. You know, Sheringham, Solskjaer. But I'd take him off now. I just think we've got a Pep to play 2 of his cards now. He's gone a little bit more defensive. He's took off striker, brought on Mangala. So maybe go to 3-5-2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need 4 defenders at the back now to deal with 2. So
trouble is, we've done that before, haven't we? And as bad, you know, I remember us doing that against City before. They got 6 goals, and then we lost the league on goal difference. So I mean, I don't think 11 points. You're going to get back 11 points.
Yeah, we lost it on goal difference, but you know, a lot of people will say if we lose this game, if we don't get something out of this game, the title's gone.
It is, and I think at the moment, with half an hour to go, if we get a draw out of this, we spoke about it at half time, you'd take it, because this is not a Manchester United winning performance at all. And you know, to be fair, people called them negative, but all those people who wanted the game cancelled so we got Pogba back, I totally understand why. I mean, I'm just greedy. I wanted the game to go ahead. I wanted to watch the game. I think all those people who said they wanted it cancelled so we had Pogba back, you know, to be fair, I understand why you were saying that, because United without Pogba are just a very poor side, and obviously you'd want to have Pogba there.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think
what annoys me is though, Pep's the most animated man on the bench, on the touchline. There's nothing from Mourinho.
Well, I think when you look at the difference between the 2 benches, you can see what Mourinho's got. Mourinho's got 1 card, and Pep knows it. He's got Zlatan. That's it. You know, Pep's obviously done two changes now, Gundogan, Mangala. So yeah, he's still got 1 more up his sleeve, and I'd be very surprised if it's not Aguero. So yeah, you look at Mourinho's bench and you think, okay, 1 card, Zlatan, 2nd card, maybe Mata if he plays him in his right position, which if Zlatan comes on, he won't. And then you look at 3 defenders and a defensive midfielder. So for me, looking at that bench, I think it was pretty obvious that he wanted to get the 1 goal and nick it and shut up shop.
Which, to be fair, actually, you know what? Let's be totally fair. You look at the City goals, and both their goals have been their only 2 good chances of the game. They're both mistakes. They're both mistakes. And I know our goal was a mistake, but both the goals for City, as good as they've been, they've not carved us open. They've not had a one-on-one. They've not had a great chance. They're both mistakes caused by Lukaku.
He's going to call Rashford.
He's going to book Rashford now.
For what?
Absolutely nothing. For nothing.
What the?
Absolutely nothing.
What's this, look?
What's he booked? Oh, come on. But again, you know, letter of the law.
Yeah. To be honest, the ref's the least of our worries. We've got to get back in this game. But the ref's really frustrated me, and I do agree with everyone getting frustrated by the referee. And, you know, I'll be up there with the best of you getting frustrated by it. But the reality is, we haven't been good enough in this game.
No, we haven't. No.
And we can, you know, Lukaku's gifted him 2 goals, but actually, even on the balance of play, you'd say City deserve it. So we've got to get ourselves back in. Like Marcus said, there's plenty of time to do that. But, you know, like Rashford and Lingard there, it's just poor. City won, you know, I hate to say it. It hurts. But City and Pep on the touchline as well, they're the ones showing the passion. Where's Mourinho's passion? This is Manchester City versus Manchester United. You know, Mourinho gets a lot of criticism. He lives in a hotel. He won't move to Manchester. This is his biggest rival. Where's the passion from Mourinho? Where is the drive? This is a pussy performance from United so far in a big game. I can't see any leadership. I can't see any fight. I can see it from City, which shows how bad we are, because I don't get it. Get Zlatan on. At least, you know, he hates Pep.
Yeah, he's got to get on, because I think Zlatan there will give you the answers to everything you've just said. The leadership, the fight.
Oh my God, too easy. Could have been 3.
Come on, United, get your fucking head on gear. Lingard there, look, he's not doing enough, man.
I think Lingard today has shown why he's just a championship midfielder.
You've got to get him on. The longer he waits, the worse it's going to get, I think. Go for it. We're chasing the game. We need at least a point out of this game. At least. Because City can drop points over the Christmas period. They got some tough fixtures coming up. I mean, I'll take 8 points behind instead of 11.
Yeah. Premier League fixtures become irrelevant after today if we lose. Well, they don't. We're in a battle for top 4 then.
Yeah, I mean, you never say never, but I think 11 points for this team is too much.
Right, here's Lukaku in.
Right,
Not on his good foot.
There's no one with him, though. Look, right foot. There's no one with him.
I don't know why you put your hands to your mouth there, Lukaku. You're never scoring off your right foot from there. No. He's such a con artist. He's like, oh, it was so close. I was looking at the other way. You're never going to score from your right foot from there. Never in a million years. You should have held it up and looked for a pass. You're crap today. Absolute crap. And all you bloody come on everybody and this, that and the other. It doesn't matter. If you're not going to do your job properly, in a big game like this, it's irrelevant. And he's been poor today. He's got to take him off. Take him off. We've got 25 minutes to save our season here. In the context of the Premier League.
The thing is, you take him off and replace him as Zlatan, it's the same situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I think. No matter how bad he's played today, he's got to stay on. Got to stay on. Go with the 2 big men up front.
Oh, I can't. Oh, it's a foul to us. I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought he was going to give that to City as well. Yeah.
I actually think Herrera's had a lot of stick in this game. I think he's probably been our best player because he's actually shown some passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. It's not always worked, but he's never stopped. He must be absolutely knackered. And let's not forget, in the context of the game, I know Silva's scored, but De Bruyne has been very, very quiet. I think Matic and Herrera have worked well. It's just, that Lingard position is almost a paper cutout. It's non-existent, really. It's back to what we had in October, isn't it? It's 10 men.
Again, Matic there with the ball. He's got to go back. There's no movement. De Gea kicks it long. We concede possession. That's the story of the game. It really is.
Oh dear. I mean, to be fair, I'm quite pleased that Pep's took Jesus off because I think, you talk about a boxer's chance. I think they could have just gone in for the kill and killed us off.
They could have done, yeah. But, they've still got that option of the bench of Aguero.
Yeah.
Who's just as good as anyone on his day. But look at this. Look, I mean, God, again, it could have been another one there. Broad. Oh, get it out. I mean, our defence, they're just walking out. There's no urgency to push up. You know what? You could even change it and go with the 4-3-3. Go for it. We've got to go for it in some aspect of this game.
23 minutes, well, probably 25 with stoppage time, but penny for your thoughts, Jose, because it ain't looking good.
Go on, Ashley, get in there.
Right, we've got an overlap here.
Right, Martial, come on, use Ashley.
Oh, it's got to be a foul. It's got to be a foul. This is what City do, though. This is what I was on about City. As soon as there's a hint of danger, they'll take the foul. Well, if we can have one of them free kicks from Ashley Young now, it would be very, very welcome. It's definitely a foul on Martial. Should be booked, really. Won't be.
No, it says a lot about our team when us, well, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking, Ashley, if ever there's a time to score a wonder goal, now's the time. Rashford's over it as well.
Oh, don't let Rashford take this free kick. Please don't let him take this free kick. It's got to be Ashley Young.
Rashford, over.
Rubbish! Why is Rashford taking that free kick?
He can't do that.
No.
When has he scored a free kick this season? Why the hell is Rashford taking that free kick?
I think he did score a free kick in the Champions League, didn't he? But it was deflected, was it?
That's a let off. You've got somebody like Ashley Young who scored a free kick like that just over a week ago, and it just baffles me. Baffles me why we do things like that.
Oh, and here's the danger. Matic, come on, don't jog, chase him.
What a save, De Gea. De Bruyne finally running at our back four, blasts it for the bottom corner, and it's. I think De Gea makes it look easier than it actually is because it's low, and he does really well on that.
Strong right hand there, get it away out of danger as well.
What's your thoughts, Marcus? Where's this going? It's a hard, difficult question because I think I know where it's going. I know where it's going, but you know.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, mate, but until it's over. But I think this is Mourinho mistaken. He's just letting the time tick away. We got a bully on the bench. We got someone who absolutely hates City and Pep, and he's still not on yet.
Here we go. City will take the foul here. They always do. And Martial's in. He's got to stand him up. Oh, it didn't work.
Lingard.
Oh, he ain't going to give a foul for that, and I thought it was, to be fair. Oh! Referee! What are you on about, play on? What are you on about, play on? You should be getting your card out. You're cheating. Oh, referee.
Jesus Christ.
Do you know what? He plays on. Look. Oh.
Silva really just went through Herrera and he played it on, and which means there's definitely not going to be a red, is there? It's going to be yellow at best, but yeah. Jesus Christ.
You know what, Mark? Wouldn't surprise me if he gets away with that one.
No, I think he will come back and book him, but
19 minutes.
Yeah, I think the best we're going to get out of this is a draw, and I don't really see where that's going to come from, to be honest.
You got to say now, innit? You just got to throw caution to the wind there. Absolutely go for it. This is the biggest 20 minutes, 19 minutes of United season in terms of a title race, title challenge. I think you've got to go for it.
Oh, get up.
You've got to go for it. Get up, boy. Yeah, go on. You'd stop it for that, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't stop it for Herrera. Yeah. Right, he's going to book to Silva. Yeah.
Yeah.
Silva. You know what? I don't bank on there being a lot of injury time either.
No.
There's 4 minutes in the first half, wasn't there? Do you know what? I'll probably say there'd be a maximum of about 3 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Paul Jesse down as well.
A lot of people in the comments here saying, "Where's Zlatan? Get him on."
When you open it though, I think I dropped it and it might fizz up. Yeah, I can do, but I think it's going to fizz.
Christopher, such a disappointing game to what it is. In terms of the way we played the game, yeah. Valencia's giving it away on the right.
I just think I was just doing something there for the match reaction, and I think the worst thing about this game for me is that we've just not. It's a whimper, isn't it? And the fans never want that. You know, I remember that game when we lost 6-1 under Sir Alex Ferguson, and yeah, we went on to lose the title for goal difference, but the reason we did is because Sir Alex Ferguson went for it. You know, he could see it slipping away and he went for it. What's Mourinho done for the last 20 minutes? It's been slipping away for a long, long time, and he's just refused to do anything. It's like, well, I haven't got any options. And in all fairness about that, I love Mourinho, but you've been at the club for 3 transfer windows. I think that Silva tackle was a red.
Yeah, it was dangerous. Yeah, very dangerous.
Thanks.
He could have gone for the yeah, he had a nibble at Matic there as well. But no, I think I'd go for it now if I was Jose. Do you know what? I'd even shove Mata on. I'd go 3 at the back.
The title's gone. The title's gone. Satan is coming on.
Coming on. Yeah.
15 minutes.
It's a little too late, I think. I'd get Smalling off, I'd get Lingard off, chuck Mata on, chuck Zlatan on, and go for it. Go straight at the back. I'd rather lose 3-1 trying, mate, than 2-1 and go out like a whimper.
I'm a big Mourinho fan, as everyone knows, but I will always be honest. And I have to be honest and say I'm stunned by the performance and the tactics today. It is absolutely, I agree with Marcus, too late. And the whole performance has just been lacking passion. Although Rashford's in here, he's going to shoot from a ridiculous angle. People will go, "Oh, what a shot from Rashford!" If you know anything about football, he shouldn't be shooting from there anyway. That you don't beat a goalkeeper from there.
Oh, maybe not, mate, but near that same situation as Lukaku 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're shooting. We're trying to score worldies when we've got people in the box. We've got a corner though. I can't remember us having a corner.
End of the first half, we had one.
Here we go. Right. He's going to get Zlatan on for the corner, I think.
Lingard, yeah. Lingard's coming off.
Yeah, that was probably should have happened 10 minutes ago. Lingard off, Zlatan off. To be honest, Lingard's not been good. I still probably would have took Lukaku off, but it means we're going 2 up front. It means we're going to hit the long ball. And the corner's not good enough anyway. You've got to put a good corner in. Offside. You lazy little twat.
Rashford.
Oh, for God's sake, Marcus. You got to get yourself back on, or don't even ask for the ball. Atmosphere's gone up a level, says T-Crate. Yeah, I think we've reacted a little bit too late, if I'm honest.
I think when you've got Zlatan and Mata, when you're chasing the game, I think the substitution is probably 15 minutes too late. Because
I mean, well, it's not too late in relation to getting a point, is it? But we needed a win, and I think I think Mourinho's thinking, I'll take a point now.
Go on, Zlatan. That's it. Right to the ground. But yeah, the way we play, mate, definitely take a point now. Mind you, I would have took a point at half time.
You did say that, to be fair.
Yeah. A lot of people in comments saying we're not strong enough. We've been outclassed. It's the performance overall. It's not even can't even pick at individuals and just say like, they didn't turn up, whatever. The whole team, and that to me comes down to the way Mourinho set the team out for such a big game.
My match reaction's obviously going to be very interesting. It always is, without blowing my own trumpet. No, but no. In all seriousness, it's what I feared today. That it's almost a contradiction. We picked a really attacking side, but then Lukaku.
Come on,
whack it there.
He's got to do better. He's got to do better there. Oh!
So
he's giving a dive. He's going to give a dive. You little cheat.
He's got a booking for it. What about the 2 in the first half, jeez? Ref, come on.
My God, the ref has haunted us. Let's watch it. Before we make a decision, he's got to be 100% right here because City players have been diving throughout this game. It's not a dive. This is contact. It's not a dive. It's not a dive. It's not a dive. It's not even a bloody dive. It's not a dive. It's bloody contact. You cheating git. We knew it was going to happen. It's not a dive. There is contact. There is a contact there. You cheating little cretin, Oliver. What? You just can't. You can't play football and do well at football when you've got that clown. We warned everybody. There is blatant bloody contact, and he books him for diving. This is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. Oh, what can you do, Marcus? What can you do when you're up against that?
You can't, mate. You honestly can't. There is contact. Here we go. Sterling's on the floor, rolling around as well. But yeah, there's definite contact there. He's stepped on his foot. Ashley Young's pulled out that one on Sterling. Look, and Sterling's gone down.
Fuming. Fuming.
And he give the free kick as well for Sterling. Disgusting. He's given that one as a free kick, but not the penalty. Disgusting.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've been speaking about it all week about Michael Oliver, and he's gone and done it. He's gone and done it. It took him, what, 80 minutes to do it, but he's gone and done it. There is no arguing about that. There is contact, absolute contact, and he's booked him on top of it as well. Absolutely. I don't care whether he... I hate that comment. I hate he went over too easy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he jumped over Old Trafford from it. There's still contact. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. And the reality is, for him to book him, he's 100% sure it's a dive. So...
Lindelof's giving it away. Thankfully, City didn't capitalize.
If he's not sure, you just don't give a penalty and you play on. He's sure it's a dive, which compounds his ineptitude as a referee, because he books him. So he thinks it's a dive, which he is there 100% sure there's no contact. We know that there is. It's just so annoying.
Should have put them both on. Half hour.
You know, I've got a bit of hope. There is a lot more hope inside me now than there was 5 minutes ago. Mata can unlock the door, providing he gets the ball.
Yeah, why didn't they put him on over?
I agree with that, because the reality is we needed to win the game, not draw it.
Yeah.
You know, we've been a lot better since Zlatan's come on, but is it too little too late? Oh, you know what? I could have accepted. I can't accept us losing this game, but I could have accepted it if there wasn't an injustice.
Yeah.
You just don't want to lose the game because of an injustice. He should have put Zlatan on a year ago. He's absolutely bullying them, and we've not had a bully on all game. It's the worst thing about football for me personally. I hate it when a decision is in the context of such a big game. You know, this is the Premier League in a game in December, and for a referee to get it so wrong, it just galls you. It really does.
Do you know what we said, mate? We talked when Jesus went over in the first half. You know, you said that could have been, you seen him given, and nothing was given to Jesus. No cards, nothing. But that one can't matter. Give him the ball. Stop holding on to it. He's not even.
Some people are saying, "Oh, we'll get a goal late on." I'm not happy with it. You know what? It is a loss or a draw now, and that's not good enough. Whatever happens, it's not good enough. A draw just keeps us slightly in with a chance of winning the title. A loss, the title's gone. But we've got it wrong today. Whatever happens, we've got it wrong.
Yeah, I've seen as Carl Walker's been on the yellow card the majority of the game.
Yeah.
You would have thought, you know, Martial would have gone at him a lot more than what he's done. Come on, son. So now it seems like, you know, we're actually playing football. Go on, Zlatan. Try and bring someone in. Mata. Martial. Lukaku.
Yes! Oh! Yes!
Oh,
how's that not gone in? You know, Lukaku's got to bury that. He's got to bury it.
How has he missed it?
So Lukaku.
How has he missed it? He's
Right at the bottom there.
yeah, Matt. Yeah, if Lukaku doesn't bury that, he should have done. I mean, Mata, God.
My God. I think it was nearly going over the bar anyway. I mean, that's just...
Let's have a look.
No, it was going in. But he's still got, you know, you've got a whole goal to aim at and you kick it at the keeper's head. Matters is just unlucky. Oh. You know what? It sort of helps, really, doesn't it? Because the penalty or not, we should have scored that. I ain't going to moan about it. It was a penalty. I ain't going to moan about it anymore. I'll be back, Marcus. I'm going for a week because that keeper's going to...
Yeah. Oh, concentrate while Edison's got an injury and crying.
75 million quid for that.
Ryan Martin says 75 million down the drain. Patrick Duane, this is unbelievable. It is. So lucky, says Wazza FC. What do they do in training? Says Snaps. I don't know. All seeing Al. Hashtag sell Lukaku. Samuel Lukaku. Sorry, man. I tried to defend you. A lot of people saying money down the drain, get him out. What a waste. Old Gamer says we need to get Harry Kane in the next transfer. I'm not. I mean, I honestly thought during the summer that Lindelof would be the main flop from Jose, but I don't know. I'm really getting on the bandwagon now of the Lukaku thing. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for the amount of money we paid. Oh, they're City are in again now with Sane.
I'm back now.
Right.
Never say never, because that's not the United way, but you can't miss chances like Lukaku's and expect to be getting back into the game. And
I've got to say, mate, I was just saying in the comments there, a lot of the comments were saying Lukaku out, what a waste of money, but for the last few games, I think I'm going to be getting on the bandwagon. I think he's not been impressive at all. He had a blinding start to the season, but when it matters, he's just not there for me.
No, to be honest, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here because I never wanted him. I said he was a big game bottler and his first touch was bad, and I don't really see any improvement in that. I was quite surprised when Mourinho went for him. I still think it's too early to say he's a flop and he can turn it round, but in a game like this today, you can't score 2 goals for City and then not score your chance. I mean, he's cost us the game today, let's be honest. I mean, there's no other way about it. The tactics have been poor, I agree. But yeah, Lukaku's been massively at fault today, and hopefully he can turn things round. But this was the Premier League in a game, and you can't afford to have bottlers in it, and he bottled it on a number of occasions today.
Sane's come off and Bernardo Silva's come on. I don't think I know you say that Premier League proven is all important, but there's no way, I don't think anyone could say that in terms of quality of the players, the service he got from Everton was better than the service he's getting at United. I mean, United's players beat Everton's players, hands down.
Yeah.
So the quality in the service should be there. Why is it not there? If he can do it at Everton with
pressure, isn't it? I suppose.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, he did score goals. Was it West Brom? He was on loan too, many years ago. Yeah. I mean, he got a handful of goals there. I honestly believe he can score goals, but I don't think he's a main number 9 for a big as club as Manchester United. I really don't. I think it's too much pressure on the shoulders.
The funny thing is, and I'll say it again, is a bit like the game back in September last year, which was the last time we lost at Old Trafford to Man City. First half we were very poor, and a dodgy penalty decision went against us, and we lost 2-1. And I feel the same again. you know, Man City have definitely passed the ball really well. But is this team the best team in Europe? Is this team the best team in England? Is it heck? I mean, they've had a lot of the ball, but they haven't done anything with it. You know, we've gifted them 2 goals.
Yeah. Heads have gone now, mate. Ashley Young's just blatantly took Sterling out. Yeah. He's just swiped him down. Just gone for him.
Up on this last thing.
I think if there's any way Lukaku's career at Manchester United, we need an absolutely amazing number 10. And for me, I'd have to say Dybala, but it's trying to get him. 4 minutes. Oh well. I was only a minute out.
I just would like to, obviously I'll do my match reaction and I'll unleash properly there, but I would just like to say well done to the Premier League for destroying the Premier League in December. This title's gone, it's over, your big brand, best league in the world, it's finished, all because you appointed Michael Oliver as referee for this game. And, you know, well done, applaud yourself, because you've absolutely ruined the Premier League in December. So you can all sit smugly there, but no one's going to be watching the Premier League anymore because it's gone. It's done. It's finished. We'll be battling for top 4. Fine. You know, great. But the Premier League is gone and done in December because you appointed a cretin as a referee. And the second it was appointed, Ross said it. We've been saying it on the shows. Everyone's been saying it. He is a liability and he will cost us the game. And the reality is, he has cost us the game because it's finished 2-1 and we should have had a penalty. So... And, you know, Lukaku has been terrible. I totally agree. But it just winds me up to the ultimate that a referee has done it.
What are they doing?
Trying to waste time.
Yeah.
I mean, people will say, like, yeah, Mourinho, do something, but what can he do with that bench?
Yeah.
What can he do? Obviously the squad depth is not that good. We need players. And if the title's over already, here we go, wasting more time. If title's over already, then I would say don't even go out and panic buying January. I would wait until the summer. I think this team will get comfortable, you know, in the top 4. I think we'll qualify quite comfortably for the Champions League, not a problem. May even go on and win it. But I wouldn't go out and buy someone in January just for the sake of it. Not if we're 11 points behind.
Look at Lukaku again. Can't even control the ball when it's coming into him and he can see it 10 yards away. It's what I would struggle to give Lukaku a 3 today.
Get up.
I'm actually surprised Michael Oliver didn't give that foul.
Yeah.
Man of the match, Marcus. Very hard, I know, but we're approaching it. I mean, to be fair, Mourinho sat there with a wry smile. I don't think you get off scot-free, and as much as I love you, Jose, I don't think you get off scot-free today. I think you've seen in this last 20 minutes what we could have done against this side, and we didn't do it. And they're going to get 3 here. This is it. Well, De Gea's saved it, but it's not. There's no time.
For me, I want to go with Matic, mate. Again, I think a solid performance. Obviously, everyone has not played well, but Matic, for me, when he's had the ball, he's looked calm and composed. It's just been a shame that there's been no forward movement for him to spread the play.
It's gone, folks. Anyway, it's definitely gone. It's a corner for City down the other end. They've wasted about 5 minutes passing it around.
You know, surely this should be added on, because 2 minutes ago they're wasting valuable seconds, like in the bottom right hand corner.
Remember, we'll be live. I'm going to do my match reaction straight after this, but remember, we will be live at 8 o'clock dissecting this. I mean, I've got two words to say on my match reaction, and it will be said straight at the start.
Well done, Ashley.
You know what, I don't even think City have been at at their best today either. They've not been fantastic like they were at the start of the season, blowing teams away, but they were there for the taking today. I think if we'd have come out and played the game, it's all over. Yeah, what a load of crap.
Yeah, and there's old, Mourinho, just a little puffy little handshake with Pep. Just no passion, nothing. Embarrassing, really, really embarrassing. They're celebrating like they've won the title, Samuel, because for me they just have, Marcus.
Yeah, I think so. I think 11-point gap is too much for this team. I worried about an 8-point gap, mainly because of if Matic got injured, there's no natural replacement. If Lukaku gets injured, the replacement is Zlatan, which makes us slower. Yeah. So, to me, 8-point gap was too far anyway. I know you said at the start of the season you thought we were going to win it, didn't you? Because Mourinho's second season.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just think this team. I honestly don't think Lukaku's the answer. The only way he's the answer is if we get a specialised number 10, and we haven't got it. We haven't got it. In terms of playing wise and the style of football, we're probably a million miles away. But I don't, and that's even saying like City didn't play their best today. I don't think, and I'm hugely disappointed. I'm hugely disappointed. I think it's absolutely sickening. It really is.
I agree.
Disgusted with the performance, tactics, but what can you say? We haven't got a team to compete for the title yet, in my eyes. Jose said he won his 3 summers. I'll still back him till he's got his 3 summers, and we'll go from there. We'll crack on. So I think title's out of reach this season, but there's nothing stopping us with the Champions League. So.
Well, thanks for coming on, pal. The link is in the video description for my match reaction, where I haven't really mentioned anything. Obviously, Marcus is my guest, so he's had his say. I'm going to give my honest opinion on Mourinho, Lukaku, where we are, what happened today, the embarrassment the fans will feel, the L's we're going to take from Man City, because we are going to take a lot. We built this game up that we can win it. We never turned up. But the link is in the video description. I'll be live in about 30 seconds because I'm all set up because Marcus was talking there, which let me do it. So we're all set up. The live comments you can see is actually for that live stream. You can go through the homepage or you can go through the link in the video description, top line, match reaction. I'll see you there in about 30 seconds and I'm going to be very, very honest about it. So speak to you in a minute. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on, Marcus.
No worries, mate. Fucking disgusted with it. Absolutely disgusted.